Nation. Yes. Hold on. Let me make sure my mic is on real quick, y'all. Let me change it up. Hold on. Yo. Y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Yo. Shout out to the nation, man. We are back. Coming off a rough wild card weekend. Coming off COVID. I tested positive again yesterday, you guys, so I'm still waiting for it all to get out of my system. I feel a lot better today. For those who don't know, on my birthday, I got food poisoning as well. I can't make this shit up, you guys. This shit has been an insane week. My worst birthday I probably ever had in my life. But I'm just blessed to be here, blessed to be alive, blessed to be back to talk with the nation, my brothers and sisters, man. Look at lips all chapped up and shit. I couldn't drink water. I couldn't eat shit without throwing up. But we're here, though, man. We are here. A lot to talk about. You guys know me. I love to be the first person to come up and talk about everything. You know I was out of it. If when Mike Mayock got fired and I didn't go live, y'all should have knew already immediately. Like, okay, Graphk something ain't going on. You know what I mean? So something ain't clicking. But yeah, man. I'm finally getting over this hump. Now my wife has it. My wife is in the bed, out of it. It's just continuous. My sons still haven't went back to school yet. They got to sit home in quarantine. But you know what, you guys? We're here, man. We are here. We are blessed. We got to see another day. God is good. God is great all the time. Shout out to everybody in the comments section, man. B. Al Perps. What's good with you, King? What's good with you, man? Caden's in the building. He said, man, I thought you died. God damn, bro. Marcus, man. Man, I see everybody top beats in the building. Juice Head. Let's talk about it, man. There's a lot to talk about. We all know Mike Mayock was just fired. Hey, AD, what's up, brother? I mean, look, let's be honest, you guys, right? The writing was on the wall, right? The writing was on the wall. You know what I mean? I've been saying this for the past, I think, month and a half. You can't bring back a GM on a 1-year basis when you're bringing in a whole new coaching staff. You know what I mean? The writing was on the wall. He was a Gruden guy, hitting the later rounds, but didn't hit in the first, you know what I mean? In the earlier rounds, that's going to come back to bite you in the ass, man. You know what I mean? You have to learn how to draft in the first round, or to be honest, it's low-key a dud. You know what I mean? It just sucks, man. You're looking at the Abrams of the world. I love Josh Jacobs, you know what I'm saying? Outside of the injuries and shit, you still went and got a running back in the first round. Damon Arnett, we know what happened with him. Henry Ruggs, we know what happened with him. Clee, we know what happened with that situation. And now they're coming out. And saying that, Mike Mayock did not want him. He wanted Devin White, but Gruden talked him into it. But yeah, man, you got to hit in the first 2 rounds. That's just how this league is. You know what I mean? And at 22, we have the 22nd pick in this year's draft after we, got kicked out the first round of the playoffs. Mind you, guys, we were the best team to lose in this playoff. I don't want to do the moral victory shit. I get it. We don't want to do that, but we were the best team to lose in the first round of this year's playoffs, you guys. We weren't supposed to be there, and guess what? We played to the final snap. I know Dallas was there, but no. We were the best team to take an L in the wild card round, point blank, period, the end. Who would have thought? Crazy, right? Crazy, man. With the coaching staff that we had, with this terrible red zone offense that we've possessed all year long, we were blessed to be the best of the losers. Arizona got cooked. Pittsburgh got fried. You know what I mean? All these guys just went in there and just tanked. You know what I mean? So, but we played to the end, you guys. We played to the very last down. I'm very, very, very proud of this team. I said this on the last 5.5-hour live stream for the game. Very, very happy for this team. But now it's time to take the next step. It's time to take the next step. And I'm sorry, you guys, Richie B, it's not going to get it done. He is a great story. Great story. Comes in, takes over for a team that dealt with so much adversity off the field and on the field with the Gerald McCoy, Denzel Good. It's all the injuries. Richie Incognito took this team to the first round, almost got to the second. Let's be honest, we were a player 2 away from going to the next round. Richie B is not a head coach, you guys. I know it's a feel-good story. I get it. I know everybody's excited. Like, no, he deserves a chance. No, he doesn't. And what I mean by that is I know the players love him. Like I said, feel-good story. He's just not enough, man. The X's and O's side of things, you got to go in this thinking with your mind, you guys, and not with your hearts. I get it. We don't go to the playoffs a lot. We finally did. You want to bring back the guy that helped us get there? No. Stop thinking with your hearts. Think with your mind. Think with the football sense of mindset. He is not the guy to take this team to the next step. He helped us get to where we were, but he's not the guy to take us to the next. This team is on its way to being a perennial playoff contender, a perennial AFC championship contender, a perennial Super Bowl contender. Richie B is not going to be that, being the feel-good story of the NFL. It's just simple and plain. Mark Davis knew that. That's why he's moving quick on all this shit. When our GM, when Mike Mayock was let go, the writing was on the wall. Richie B, you guys, will not be our next head coach. It just is what it is. Simple and plain. He will not be our next head coach. I know that probably, Mark Davis is sitting behind the scenes saying, Harbaugh, what do you think about bringing him back? Special teams guy. He's great with the team. What do you think about bringing him back in some type of fashion? That's probably the talks that's being held behind the scenes. Richie B is probably like, look, I would love to come back, also be a part of this franchise, but it's up to Harbaugh. This is his coaching staff. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be his coaching staff. I know everybody's like, no, Harbaugh, or yes, Harbaugh. Harbaugh is going to be the next head coach, you guys. That's all I see. I don't see anybody else coming in here. I know we have some guys coming in, the Mayos of the world, you know what I mean? But the writing was on the wall once again when you go and get Ed Dodds, former Raider guy, 2003 to 2006, was there when Harbaugh was our quarterbacks coach. The writing, look, everything is lining up, you guys. Everything is lining up for Harbaugh to be here. Dodds is the guy. Dodds is the guy that has a rapport with Harbaugh. If them two come in, they're a package deal. It works. They can work hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I know Brian Flores. I know there's a lot of other guys that we can look at. I just don't think that Harbaugh, look, this is his job. That's it. Simple and plain. If he doesn't get the job, it's because he chose to stay at Michigan. Simple and plain. Simple and plain. Shout out to Cam, man. Raidernation, if y'all can pray for my dad. He has COVID-related pneumonia. Definitely appreciative. Appreciate it and love y'all, nation. Shout out to you, Cam. Prayers to your pops, brother. Man, I wouldn't want to see anybody going through that shit. My wife has it. My son has it right now. I'm getting over it, man. It sucks, man. Prayers to you, Cam. I appreciate you, brother, and love as always, man. Prayers to Cam's father, man. Shout out to Brian Hamlet, man. Glad you said it, Graphk. Also, Mayock had to go because he's tied to Gruden and the draft failures, whether we want to admit it or not. This is facts. Facts, man. Facts. Facts. Facts plus tax. Louis Riddick is not going to be a part of this organization. He's not. I think right now, for those who don't know, Ed Dodds, this guy has been a very, very hot commodity in this league for years. I think he was the assistant GM with the Colts. Let me read some of this guy's accolades off, you guys. I don't think you understand. One of the hottest recruits when he came into the league. This guy has a lot of great things under his belt. Let me see. Look at this. And he learned a lot from Al Davis. Learned a lot from Al Davis. He always gives Al his flowers. He learned a lot from him. During his time with the Seahawks as a senior personnel executive, the team drafted Russell Wilson, Richard Sherman, Max Unger, Earl Thomas, KJ Wright, Bobby Wagner. Crazy. Keep in mind, during his tenure with the Colts, they drafted Quentin Nelson, Darius Leonard, Braden Smith, Naheem Hines, Michael Pittman Jr., and Jonathan Taylor. Pro Bowl selections DeForest Buckner and Kenny Moore were also acquired, with Dodds serving as second in command. I don't think who can you go get that's more qualified than that? This guy helped usher in the Legion of Boom. He helped go get all these guys that the Colts have. Let's be honest, you guys. The Colts are a quarterback away. They are a quarterback away. You know what I mean? It's not easy to get a quarterback. Yes, they went and tried to get Carson Wentz. I'm not mad about it. Look, at the end of the day, they went to go try and get somebody that they thought could be even a game manager that can take them to the next level, and he ended up being the one that lost. But guess what? Indianapolis, look, they're gonna go another direction. They're not going to bring Carson Wentz back. They're going all in. And with someone like Ed Dodds, he's going to come in and go all the way in, period, point blank. If Dodds comes in, he's going to say, we have what it takes right now to win. And I trust him and Harbaugh to go out there and draft some great players, usher in some great guys in free agency, potentially make some trades. That DeForest Buckner trade is one of the best trades ever. First round draft pick, and you get one of the most dominant defensive tackles. Crazy, man. Crazy. Ray the Tape, my brother, man. How you doing? Shout out to my brother Ray. I think it comes down to the GM slot. Harbaugh wants total control. The Giants are in play. The team that is best to address who gives him GM control or Dodds, in my opinion, 50-50 chance. Giants are us. Shout out to you, Top Beats. If he wants to win, there's no way he goes to the Giants. Shout out to my brother, Top Beats. There's no way. There's no way. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of rumors about the Bears and the Giants. I don't see it. There's no way in hell you go somewhere with no quarterback in play. Your defense is in shambles. Your offense is in shambles. You have no offensive line. I just don't see it. It's the Raiders or Michigan, Top Beats with Jim Harbaugh. That's it. That is it. That's it. The end. And with Dodds in play, Harbaugh, that's it. This is a guy that, like I said, they work like this. They work like this. Hear me out. Carr is a good QB. Richie B is a good coach. I want a great QB and a great coach. Can we can praise what they have done and still want to upgrade? Just facts. Intel, I totally agree with you, brother. I totally agree with you. And guess what, Intel? Appreciate you on a donation, King. I appreciate you on that. Guess what's going to happen? This is what Harbaugh does, you guys. This is what Harbaugh does. What did he do with the Niners? He came in, he had Alex Smith, right? A Derek Carr kind of quarterback, right? The guy that, can do some things, but he may not be the guy that can take you to the next level. And what happened? He kept him around. He built a dominant defense around Alex Smith, built a dominant offensive line around Alex Smith, and he went and drafted a young guy named Colin Kaepernick out of Nevada and groomed him under Alex Smith. And right when he felt like he was ready to go, Alex Smith got canned. Boom, Colin Kaepernick came in and they took it to the next level. NFC championship after NFC championship and a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So I trust Jim Harbaugh to come in, draft a young guy under a DC, groom him. And if the motherfucker, if he can't get it done, you have somebody under him that can come in and do what he do. Ricky, if you think that Kaepernick was trash, bro, you're fucking insane. You're fucking insane. He had a great couple of years. I don't know how you can say he was trash, bro. That makes no sense at all. Do you think we're getting rid of Carr, Docs? No, Frank, I don't. There's no better option out there right now unless you go get a Russell Wilson or a Aaron Rodgers or a Deshaun Watson, and that's not going to happen. Unless you go get those three guys, there's nothing that's going to upgrade over DC at this point. Simple and plain. If you don't go get one of those guys, DC will be our quarterback for another year. Let me see. Bro, I don't see it. Richie, look, to be honest, look, see, a lot of you guys, man, I know a lot of people seen him in his hotel room writing notes, right? Writing notes for every player on the roster. And, everybody was like, that is so dope, man. That is so dope. That's a guy you want to have in the locker room. I looked at it a little differently. I don't want to be an asshole. I'm like, cool, that's cute. And like, I don't get sold on shit like that. Like, I like to see that he's involved with the players. He loves his players, but we got to put that kind of shit take that out of the room for a minute and analyze the game X's and O's wise, right? Look at clock management. Look at the blown spiking the ball, you know what I'm saying? Like at the 9-yard line, giving up one play. Like, you need to have one play already set up at that point. That's an X's and O's thing, you guys. That's something that there should have been a play where you practice every week in and week out. When you're in that situation, fake it. I've seen Ben Roethlisberger do that a million times. Fake the spike. Aaron Rodgers as well. Find somebody open, go pick up a couple more yards, or potentially steal a touchdown. You know what I mean? It's small shit like that. It's shit like that makes you be like, Richie B is in over his head, man. And I get everybody can look at, oh, it was Greg Olsen. At the end of the day, Richie B was the head coach of this team. He was the head coach of this team. So his handprints are all over everything. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand how you couldn't do a fake spike or something. Even if you looked at the defense, they were asleep. They were asleep. They're going to spike it. Cool. They were asleep. They were asleep. Ray, bro, how do you not see it? You want to come on real quick, Ray? Let's talk about it, brother, because I just read off a bunch of stuff that he has done in this league. So if you want to pull up, my brother, let me know. Shout out to Rick, my brother, man. Done being political. Carr's holding his team back. Mariota would have won that game and many more. Last play, DC throws into double coverage, 83 wide open. The problem with that play right there, Rick, was DC rushed it. That's the only problem I have with that play. He rushed it. That was probably the cleanest pocket I've seen DC have all year long, and he got rid of the ball so fucking quick, right? So quick. He didn't even allow the play to really to develop. Like, in that situation, what's wrong with a pump fake, catch Waller deep in the end zone? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get creative right there. There's no excuse for you throwing short of the end zone. I'm sorry. There's unless it was a design play where there's a bunch of blockers in front of somebody, you can't do that. You can't do that. But guess what happened? He went to the guy that he built the most trust with, and that was Zay Jones. He went to the guy that he's built the most trust with Zay Jones. I didn't like it. I hated it. It was fucking retarded. But he went to the guy that's earned his trust. Waller's been dropping balls like crazy. Bryan Edwards cannot be trusted this year. Deshaun Jackson dropped ball after ball after ball. It's fourth down. He went to a guy that I guess he felt that he had the best rapport with. There's no excuse in the world, man, to throw anywhere short of the end zone in that kind of predicament. It just is what it is. I would have went to Waller all day. At the end of the day, I know Waller had a very, very tough season this year, but you still go to your best player, point blank, period, the end. If you're gonna go out swinging. Throw the ball to your best weapon, and if you lose, you lose. I'm going to Waller 10 times out of 10 in that situation. You know what I mean? So, and I think that DC in year 9 should have knew that. You know what I mean? So, yes, man, look, but once again, that's coaching. You know what I mean? Olsen drew up an ugly ass play. Carr didn't fight it. He just went with it. And guess what happened? We're kicked out of the playoffs. The end. Simple and plain. But when you have so much time, when you had that much time in the pocket, I don't get why you were in a hurry to get rid of that ball. If you go back and watch that, I went back and watched that play a million times. This guy had the cleanest. He would have had a lot. He could have ran outside the pocket and let the play develop even more. But it is what it is. No excuse for starting Parker. Fire someone. Shaking my head. Jose, I would have had a Luminor out there the whole season. At least the guy has been a starter elsewhere. He played for the Patriots. You know what I mean? Brandon Parker's gone. He's a free agent, you guys. He's gone. We'll never have to see Brandon Parker again. The end. The end of that chapter. is now. You know what I mean? Simple and plain. We will not see Brandon Parker back ever again. But let's be honest, you guys, he was not supposed to be the starting right tackle. We kind of just went with what the kind of cards we were dealt. Everyone knows Alex Leatherwood was supposed to be the right tackle, and Denzel Good was supposed to be the starting right guard. Denzel goes out week 1. Alex Leatherwood was ass on the outside, pushed him inside, and that forced us to have Brandon Parker out there. So, but I hear you, Jose. I definitely hear you, brother. What if we bring in a new coach and start losing? Rich still took us to the playoffs when we were supposed to be shit. Got to at least consider him. Poor City. I disagree, brother. I think our players took us. to the playoffs. I've said this before. I think our players, Port City, and shout out to you, my brother. I appreciate you. I think our players got us this far. I think Richie was a great motivator behind the scenes, but I think our players did it. I don't think anything that Richie B did, Greg Olsen did, anything like these guys did. I think the players did it. I think the players came together and fought for their brothers that, couldn't play no more with Ruggs and Arnett gone and Gerald McCoy and Denzel Good and Richie Incognito. I think the players fought for this coaching staff, but I think that they did it. I think we're giving Richie B too much credit. I'm going to be honest, you guys. Shout out to him for doing what he did, but I don't really look. I'm giving more credit to the players. I'm giving way more credit to the players than I'm giving to Richie B or any other coach that we have. Simple and plain. The end. And I say that because remember when Richie B became the head coach, our special team started taking a hit, right? We had some really, really, really bad plays on special teams. We gave up a 100-yard kick return to Dallas. It was just bad. We were giving up a lot. Olsen still was play calling was ass. I don't know, man. I give the players more credit than I give Richie B and these other guys. That's just how I feel. If you watch a replay of the spike, the receiver D-Jax Orze ran like it was a fake and was wide open. DC should have said, fuck it and let it fly. You know what I mean? Bro. By you, hey, bro, you can be on that goofy shit all you want, bro. I don't know how that's the first fact I said the whole live, but all right, bro. Bet. You want Mariota playing? Give me a break. I wanted Mariota more involved. I didn't want him starting, but I definitely wanted him more involved. There's no excuse. There's no excuse to not see Mariota out there the last game of the season. Where was Mariota? Where was Mariota? Rick says Derek Carr is nothing more than Andy Dalton at best. Whew. My boy Rick coming with all the smoke. All the smoke. Rick, you crazy, bro. Shout out to my boy Rick, man. He sticks with what he feels like. I'm not mad at my guy, man. Who's your dream GM and head coach right now? It's Harbaugh, little bro, and it's bringing in Ed Dodds, assistant GM to the Colts. To me, that's the perfect situation right now. Two guys that have coached together, were together in Oakland under Al Davis in 2003. To me, that's the perfect scenario. Perfect scenario. Shout out to my brother Jabri. I want Jimmy head coach and Trey Carr for picks. We should not extend him for $30 million a year. This is the thing, you guys. We don't need to extend him. He still has one more year left on his deal. And Carr will be the first person to play it out. I've never seen Carr to be somebody that's going to cry and complain because he's not getting an extension. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen him to be that kind of guy. I think Carr will come in and play his last year on this deal. And maybe later on down the line in the year, talk about an extension if we're somewhere where we need to be. If we're first in our division or we're really doing well, then we can revisit that. But there's no reason to extend Carr right now. Let him play out his last year. Let Jim Harbaugh or whoever's there see what you have in them. You know what I mean? And then there's always the franchise tag, you guys. You can always franchise them if you want until you figure out, you know what I mean, what it is. Hey, to be honest too, you guys, I hate the 49ers, right? Hate the 49ers. Hate them with a passion. I think this year you got this week, we definitely need to be rooting for them. We definitely need to be rooting for them. If Green Bay loses, Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers are gonna be like, oh yeah, we're over this shit. We're over this shit. Like it's time to move on. It is time to move on. Like point blank, period. The end. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that if the Niners go into Lambeau Field and beat those Packers, they're gonna be like, you know what? We're over this shit. Like we just don't have what it takes to get to the next step. It is what it is. So I hate it. I do not want to say I'm rooting for the Niners, but all I'm gonna say is this. I'm not saying I'm not, because at the end of the day, and to be real too, y'all, we're no longer in Oakland. So the rivalry to me is always going to be there, but it's very, very slim to me now. Like, you know what I mean? I don't really look at that anymore as something big. You know what I mean? Like, I know we play the Niners next year. It would be crazy, right? What would you guys think about this? Week one, we play the Niners on prime time with Jim Harbaugh as our coach. What would y'all think about that? What would y'all think about that? What would y'all think about that? Nobody thought about that yet, huh? Week one, play the Niners. Week one, we play against the Niners with Jim Harbaugh as our coach. That'd be bananas. Oh, no, bro. I'm always a California guy. Moving out of state didn't do anything. I'm from Northern California. I hate the Niners with a passion. There's 5 things I hate in this world, right? It's the Chiefs, it's the Broncos, it's the Chargers, it's the Niners, and it's child support. It's always going to be like that. It's always going to be like that. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, man, I'm just saying. It is what it is. Docs, who are your foundational players? Do any coaches stick around? Bourbon, I'm good. We'll get to that in a minute, brother. I got you. I'll definitely get to that question. I got you, brother. I got you. We're going to talk about that today. We're going to do a year-end review. We're going to talk about a lot. I'm here, man. I'm here. I'm back after 3-4 days hiatus. We're definitely going to talk about it. Shout out to Top Beats. People keep talking about getting rid of Carr, but there's nobody else available. Pickett and Coral are the only QBs, and they'll be off the board when we draft. We should keep Carr, bring on Harbaugh and Dodds. Talk that shit, my brother. Talk it. Shout out to Top Beats. Shout out to Big Bro. Always supporting the channel, man. I agree with everything you just said right there. Let me see. Rich is good for the team chemistry, but he's not good to coach for a full season and off season. Jacob, this is facts. Factory outlet, bro. Factory outlet. Not built to be a head coach at all. Yeah, I definitely hate the 49ers, you guys. I hate them. I do not want to see any. Born and raised in Northern California, you either a Raider or a Niner. And I don't want to see any of my family or friends happy with a Super Bowl win this year. I don't want to see it. I'm sorry. Misery loves company. Fuck it. I'll be the first one to admit it. Fuck it. If I got to be unhappy, y'all motherfuckers need to be unhappy. It is what it is. But they go and beat Green Bay, and that gives us that increases the chance of Davante Adams being a Raider next year. I'm sorry. It is what it is. So as the Raiders, as the nation, we need to say, Niners, go to Lambeau Field and blow these guys' doors off, and let's bring Davante Adams over here. Simple and plain. I hate the Cowboys too, Docs. I do too, Brian. I do too. I hate the Cowboys as well, especially living in Dallas now. But I never really had, you know what I mean? Like Cowboys, I'm like, whatever, bro. Like I never even thought about them. You know what I mean? Aurora says Jordan Davis or Jamison Williams or Sauce Gardner. At this point, brother, at 22, I think the only player that may be there is Jordan Davis, defensive tackle out of Georgia. He may fall down. He may fall down a little bit in the draft. Jamison Williams, I know he tore his ACL, so he may fall down the ladder a little bit, even though I still think somebody's going to go grab him before 22. Sauce Gardner, man, he may be a surprising top 10 pick, you guys. You heard it here first. Cornerback out of Cincinnati. The guy never gave up a TD the whole time he played at Cincinnati. But if I had to pick, right, you need a dominant defensive tackle, man. You need a dominant defensive tackle. I think we can get a really good corner and really good receiver in the second, third round. I'm going Jordan Davis. All three of those names are great, though. All three of those, they're all great. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question. I just feel like you go corner a little later, second, third round. The Sauce is a monster, though. Sauce is a monster. Man, that's kind of tricky, bro. That is kind of tricky because shit. Because those are like my top three positions to fill in the draft. You know what I'm saying? Defensive tackle, wide receiver, and corner. That's good. That's a good question, Aurora. That's a really good question, brother. Docs, do you think Harbaugh would come if we traded away Carr? I don't see it happening with no. First of all, we're not going to make any moves without bringing in our head coach. It's just not going to happen. That would be crazy, though, right? If Harbaugh came in and the first move he made was getting rid of Carr, that would be bananas. Then you got to kind of sit back and be like, oh, shit, did we make a mistake? Like, where are we going with this? But I don't think that Harbaugh comes in. I don't think he comes over here if Carr's not his quarterback. It's just real shit. So, no, Jose, appreciate you on a donation, brother. Harbaugh's coming in because Derek Carr's in play. Because there's two things you can do with DC, right? You can have him be a bridge gap quarterback. You go draft a young guy and have DC show him the ropes. Or you use him as draft capital, and you go get another first rounder or potentially a first and a second for DC. So there's so much you can do with Derek Carr. You know what I mean? So Jose, he's a very, very big reason why he'd be coming to Las Vegas if he does. Period, point blank. Only One Nation says, as a Raider fan, you can't support the ops. Go Packers. Shit, the Packers are ops too, bro. Shit, simple and plain. Or, hey, appreciate you, brother. Everybody's an op. If you're not the Raiders, appreciate you, man, on the donation, King. Appreciate you, my brother. Medwin, Carr can't play in Harbaugh's pistol formation. Why not? Why not? Why not? Medwin, we just said this, bro. Jim Harbaugh's going to go get somebody else. He's going to go draft someone else to groom like a mobile quarterback under DC. And I think personally, bro, this is not just a pistol for, bro, like Carr fits the bill of what Jim Harbaugh does. You know what I mean? But he will go get a mobile quarterback to sit behind. I'm telling you now, like he's going to go get somebody that's going to be a mobile guy that's going to learn under DC. Hammer thinks, yeah, Alex Smith was good in that and good in that system too. Drops facts, bro. I think he fits the bill. I think he actually is great in that system. Hammer thinks that Spike was the right move. I'm not sure about that. To be honest, James, at the point when it happened, and even I said it, I think I was like, you know what? Because Andy was like, bro, we just gave up a play. At first, I was like, you know what? It's okay. I think that's cool. We get to recharge. We get to reset, figure out. We got 3 plays to get into the end zone from the 9-yard line. So I agree with Hammer at that point. But then I went back and I looked at it, and I'm like, you have to have a play in motion. I have to have a play in your playbook where you can be creative right there. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, spiking the ball is the same thing as going out there and throwing the incompletion. You're just throwing the ball away. You have to have some type of play drawn up. And that's why I say Richie B, Greg Olsen, all these guys got to go. You need somebody creative, somebody that has something in their playbook. I get sick every time I watch the Rams throw the ball to Odell Beckham and he throws a 40-yard pass. I get sick every time I watch Travis Kelce throw a fucking touchdown as a tight end. I just get sick of it. I get so fucking sick of it, bro. Oh, my God. It's just it kills me, bro. It definitely kills me, bro. Depends on what happens in the draft. I really would like for the Raiders to trade down and gain more draft picks to build our team. Jorge, I agree with you. Build that whole defense with this draft. Go defense like crazy. Go offense in free agency. Get you one receiver in the draft and go defense. Get you a guard, a tackle, and a number 1 receiver in free agency. Go get you another receiver in all defense in the draft. That's how I'm playing it. Fact. Shout out to Jorge. I appreciate you, brother. Shout out to my brother Jose. Once again, I see Harbaugh bringing in Pep Hamilton as OC and Fangio as DC and keeping Coach B as special teams coach. I would love that. That would be the perfect scenario, Jose. Perfect scenario. The only thing you have to look at is you bring in Fangio, the defense goes from a 4-3 to a 3-4, and then we have to work around the personnel that we have. You have to look at it. Does Yannick work in the 3-4? Does Mad Max work in the 3-4? Clee does. Corey Littleton does. He had a all-pro year with the Rams. Special teams guy too, though. But linebacker, he was great in the 3-4 system. So you have to look at things like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to go from a 4-3 to a 3-4 if you bring in Vic. But he would turn that defense around so quick and so fast. Shout out to Jose. I appreciate you, my brother. I missed one. Shout out to my brother Raider Rich. The Carr family is politicking against bringing in Harbaugh. It's funny something is brewing. Hey, I don't care. At this point, let me ask you guys this, all right? Let me ask y'all this. Let's get a little crazy. What would you guys rather have, Jim Harbaugh or Derek Carr? Rich, who would you rather have, Jim Harbaugh or Derek Carr? I don't think that DC would have anything wrong with Jim Harbaugh. I think they both would love each other, to be honest. What would you rather have, DC or Harbaugh? Everybody's saying Harbaugh. Okay. We got some cars in here now. Okay. Brian says a Super Bowl. I hear you, brother. Now let me ask you guys this. Now that we did that test, is there any quarterback right now that may be available in free agency or trading for that you guys would go get over DC right now? I'm going to ask y'all this. I'm going to ask you guys that. Is there any other quarterback right now you would go get over him? Okay, Jay Corey says Russell Wilson. Okay. Wilson Rogers. Okay. Sam Howell. Maybe wouldn't like Sam Howell out of North Carolina. I hear you, brother. I like what Brian just said. If we are changing to a 3-4, the Jordan Davis pick out of Georgia would be the nose tackle. This is facts, Brian. Facts, my brother. Thoughts on Frazier and DeBall? Not talked enough. DeBall, to me, his offense, he is blessed to have Josh Allen. I think that Josh Allen makes that offense. To me, he's a little conservative as well. I don't want DeBall. He's just blessed to have a guy that's like 6'4", 6'5", and mobile as hell. Josh Allen is that offense. Without him, DeBall, to be real, I don't know what DeBall would do with Derek Carr. I'm just being real. He's conservative sometimes. He gets very, very conservative. Frazier, I'm good. That didn't work before EJ as a head coach. I'm Gucci. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you, EJ, for the donation and for the comment, brother. But no, I'm good off both. I need my leader and boss to be well-rounded. Yep, I hear you, Raider Squid. Shout out to my brother Squid. I don't need him to be my BFF. Yeah, a player coach, nice, but I need someone to fully guide us. Facts. I think DeBall is very overrated, you guys. I know a lot of people are in here saying DeBall, whoop. I think he's overrated. Anyone will be blessed to have a 6'4", 6'5" mobile quarterback that can run, throw the ball 90 yards with one step. I mean, you know what I mean? Like Josh Allen is a monster. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think that he's a product of what he has over there. Build around Carr, Ephraim. Okay, I hear you, brother. Squid, this is facts, though. Brian Flores, 2 for head coach. I think that he's going to be an option, James, if Harbaugh doesn't come in. Definitely. Mike, hey, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys aren't subscribed yet. A big hell no. On Flores, why, EJ? He's a great coach. He turned Miami around. I heard, he had some problems with certain players, but I mean, who doesn't? Don't you want a guy that's going to come in and take no shit? If Tua is not showing up week in and week out, if what they said in the media is true about him saying, man, I should have took Mac Jones. Fuck it. Sometimes they need to hear it. Because guess what happened after that? Tua kind of went out there and started balling out. Sometimes you got to be hard on these players, man. I don't give a fuck. These guys are getting paid millions of dollars, bro. I don't feel bad for any of these guys. As a head coach, sometimes you got to go out and light a flame under these guys' ass. If he said I should have took Mac Jones over you, so be it, bro. So be it. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't care. Like, that's the kind of coach I want. I'm sorry, bro. I grew up playing ball where, you know what I mean? Like, our coaches pretty much got away with anything but mama jokes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just real shit. Like, simple and plain. If he did say that, why not? I'm not mad about that. Hold these guys accountable for what it is. Because guess what happened after that? Tua came out. They went on like an 8-game, 9-game win streak. It is what it is. Like, as long as he ain't disrespecting that man's mom, you can get away with anything. Fuck it. That's what kind of coach I want. Come out and start flame throwing shit. You know what I mean? Like, for real, bro. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. I would be a disrespectful head coach. Disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like, if DC had a bad game and throws 3 picks, I'm coming in, I'm throwing the Bible at his ass. Like, go read this shit and come back in an hour and let's talk about this shit. Like, no disrespect, because I'm a God-fearing man. I'm just saying you have to light a fuel, you have to light a fire under these guys' asses, man. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, bro. Like, it just is what it is. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jose, man. Docs, do you think Gus Bradley's defense would have been better if he had better personnel on defense? Yeah, facts. Facts, bro. Facts, Jose. He only had 1 year to get that defense together, right? And he only had a few guys on the roster that were familiar with his system, even though it's a very, very, very simplistic system. But yeah, I mean, look, it would only get better if you give him another year or two. But I'm gonna be honest, brother. Shout out to you, Jose, on the donation. I appreciate you, King, as always. I'm over the Gus Bradley shit though. I'm over it. I don't want a bend don't break defense. I don't want that. I don't want it anymore. I want something better than that. Shout out to Sean. Problem is getting Wilson or Rodgers. They're going to want a ton of money. Won't be able to put as much money into the team as you would with DC. That's facts. That's something you have to look at. That's why you bring in a great GM, not Mike Mayock. For a lot of you guys who don't know why Mayock is gone, just look at the books. Look at the books, and then you'll realize, oh, that's why Mike Mayock is gone. Look at Nick Bukowski. Look at all the money restructured with Littleton. Like look at all the money restructured with NASA. Just go look at the books. Go look at the books, and then you can be like, oh, I get why Mike Mayock's not here. But yeah, I definitely hear you, Sean. I definitely hear you, my brother. Shout out to Jacob. A quarterback is only as good as his coach is. Give Derek Carr a bad coach, and we're losing again. Give a rookie quarterback a great coach, and they'll win like Mac Jones in New England. Shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to Jacob. And I agree. Quarterback is definitely a product of his head coach. Definitely. But great quarterbacks are going to be great quarterbacks, simple and plain. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter who the head coach is. I don't care where you put Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is still going to be Aaron Rodgers. That's just how I feel. You know what I mean? But I hear you, Jacob. I hear you, my brother, and I appreciate you, King. Shout out to you on the donation, my brother. Sign John Ross and put him in that Ruggs role. Risky. He can't stay healthy, bro. John Ross has not been healthy since he came out of Washington in college. He's just not healthy at all. He was a bust with Cincinnati. He was with the Giants. I'm good, my brother. I'm good. I mean, it would be a very, very low risk, high reward kind of signing, but he's just not been proven to be able to do it. He's just always hurt, bro. Always hurt. I say we pick Malik. Malik Willis, Liberty. If he's there in the second round, you go get Malik Willis. I'm sorry. You go get him and you have him learn under Carr for a year or two. Simple and plain. Let me see. Shout out to everybody in the chat, you guys. We're already over 618 people in. Oh, shit. My bad, Ray. My bad, brother. Hold on real quick. Let me get my brother Ray in the building. Let me get my brother Ray in the building. My ass just got to talking shit, bro, and totally forgot. Yo, Ray, check the group chat, brother. All right, there we go. He said, where the fuck is the link at, bro? Oh, y'all disrespectful today, man. Come on, wipe them feet, man. Only 200? Come on, man. Wipe them feet. Hit them thumbs up, you guys. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. For you guys being new here, we are very, very active in the off season. I'm going to start putting together a lot of draft videos, a lot of mock drafts, a lot of short videos, not just hour-long lives. I'm going to be putting a lot of things together, man. So stay tuned. I'm telling y'all, man, the off season, we have a lot of fun over here. So stay tuned, man. We're going to be doing a lot of videos. I want to bring back the NorCal Coalition show also with my brothers, with Wi-Fi, with Ray, with Andy, with Icy, with X. So you guys stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. Talk that shit, AD. Talk! Wipe them feet, you guys. Wipe them feet, man. Hit them thumbs up. Today is the first day I've had some energy, man. I can't wait. I'm going to do at least another hour of this, and then I'm going to go out, throw the football around my kids, man, and get active with it. Run the pistol with facts. Run the pistol with Carr and Harbaugh. Bro, I just think BC would thrive in that offense. I definitely do. Yes, Mike, Mental Health Mondays is definitely coming back, brother. Aurora, he's a rookie, man. He's a rookie. That's what happens. That's what happens. That's what happens. I didn't expect a lot from Mac Jones. I didn't expect a lot from him. And you guys got to realize too, man, if you look at those games, that's why Belichick is such a great coach, right? Such a great. Oh, Jose put another one up? I didn't see it. He played to Mac Jones' strengths. A lot of short passes, you guys. A lot of short passes. That's what Mac Jones' bread and butter was. You know what I mean? A lot of short passes. He made sure to, as a quarterback, man, as a rookie quarterback, when you start throwing a lot of picks, you get rattled, man, and mentally you can check out. Belichick definitely protected his young quarterback, and that's what you have to look at that and say that's why he's such a great coach. A lot of short passes. Bro said throw a Bible at D. Shout out to Jose. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to my brother Jose once again, man, with the 20 shot. Mike Mayock was a yes man to Gruden. Mayock was there to do the dirty work for Gruden. Mayock was there to take the fall for Gruden's horrible decision making. He definitely was. But guess what happens in this kind of scenario, right? You don't want a GM that's going to come in and be that, right? Mike Mayock knew his role when he came in. It was clear cut. You know what I'm saying? It was clear cut. Why would you want a GM that's going to come in and be like, oh, okay, that's what I'm doing. I'll do the grunt work. And no, you want a GM that's going to say, look, you do your fucking job. I do my fucking job. My job is to go draft. My job is to keep these books correct and keep them in order. My job is to look at free agency and see what the options are. Your job is to write up a playbook and go out there and get some wins on the field. Why would you want a GM that's just going to that's going to be like that? Like, why would you want a GM if that is true, which Jose, I agree with you 110%. Why would you want a GM that's going to come in and just be a fall guy for a head coach? I don't care if you're John Gruden. You won one fucking Super Bowl in your life. And other than that, you lost a lot of football games. I'm sorry. Like, why would you want a GM that's going to come in and be like that? That's another reason why Mayock is gone. Yes, man. Fall guy. I don't give a fuck what it is. You don't want a GM like that, bro. I know I don't. I don't want a guy that's going to come in and just say, okay, I'll play my part, whatever, blase, blah. No, bro. No. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. And Mayock was never a GM before, or never even had a role even similar to a GM in the NFL in his life before. So, that was just Gruden once again having a puppet in line. Just like Olsen. Olsen did not do anything on the offensive side of the ball. That was all Gruden. He just wanted to have a bunch of puppets around him. He wanted to be able to control the narrative everywhere. You know what I mean? So shout out to Jose, my brother. I appreciate you, man. Shout out to you, man, for supporting the channel like a motherfucker today, bro. Shout out to 64. Yo, Doc Scout just posted we signed a safety to a reserve contract. Who is doing these signings? To be honest with you, bro, these guys aren't going to be around. They're not going to be around, bro. They're not going to be around come day one. They're not going to be around. But to be honest, that's a very, very good question. Very good question. We got to bring Scout on and talk to him, man. TS, what's up, brother? He said, "Yay, Doc, so we don't have a GM. Who just made that signing?" Facts, bro. I don't know. Thank you, Docs, for the coverage all season, homie. Even though we lost, the season ended a lot better than we all expected after all the BS. Keep it up, big dog. Shout out to you, Andres. I appreciate you, King, and thank you for the 10-piece, man. I appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you, man. Those words mean more than any dollar amount, man. I appreciate you, King. My brother, man. My brother. Jose said the Super Bowl John Gruden won wasn't even his team. It was really Tony Dungy's team. Sorry, couldn't stand Gruden. This is facts. Facts, bro. Facts. We all know that. Everybody knows that, man. Everybody knows that. I think the only thing that Gruden did to that team was he upgraded the offense, right? That was it. And he just did it just enough to get over that hump. Because Tony kept getting there, and Gruden just got him a little bit over that hump. So, yes, Gruden deserves a ring, but we all know that Tony Dungy built that team. Facts, Jose. Facts, my brother. Keep coming with that realism, brother. Let me see. Hey, Docs, can you send me $20? Chef, you stupid, bro. That's not how this works, King. Why don't you send me dub? What you talking about? Shout out to you, my brother. I don't come to your job and ask for money, man. Fuck you, me. Shout out to Chef. I fuck with you, bro. Rumor is Harbaugh wants all control. What do you think, KC? I don't think that. I think that he's going to want some type of control. But when you bring in Ed Dodds, someone like that in the mix, I don't think that. I think that him and Harbaugh would have a great rapport. I don't think that Dodds would ever go to a situation because he's been highly sought out for a few years, you guys. He's had a lot of job offers in the past for the GM position. So at the end of the day, he doesn't have to take the job. So there's no reason that Ed would come in knowing that he's not going to have any type of control. I think that this is going to be a situation where Harbaugh says we're going to work hand in hand together. You know what I mean? You do your job, I'm going to do mine. That's what I think, KC. But I could be wrong. Harbaugh could come in on some power trip shit like Gruden did, but I don't see that. I definitely don't see that. Shout out to KC. Shout out to my brother Lopez. I remember getting roasted in film study by Coach. What you mean, bro? Oh, yeah. You talking about when you played? Bro, that's what happened. That's what happens, bro. That's what happens. Alberto says, I'm at the gym right now, still watching you, Docs. Keep it gangster, Docs. Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you, brother. Ray probably setting up. He probably setting up. Ashton, great assessment. I like that too. He definitely did. He definitely built that Raiders team that lost by damn near 70 points. He built that team with the quarterback that threw like 5 picks and like 3 of them for like pick sixes. He definitely built that team. He definitely did. Hector, John Dorsey definitely is somebody to keep an eye on if Dodds doesn't get the job. He's definitely somebody that you need to look at. He may be somebody he's known around the league. Have you guys ever seen the John Dorsey videos? If you guys haven't, go on YouTube and look at the John Dorsey draft videos. This dude is hilarious, bro. Every year, and I'm not saying go get him because of this, but year in and year out, he prank calls other teams during the draft process. So he'll prank call Arizona. You know what I mean? Make some fake ass shit up. You know what I mean? Like make some fake ass calls up. Hey, well, we want we'll pick up so on and so forth for no. Like this dude is hilarious, bro. Like hilarious. Yeah, I'm like, no, you're okay, Bubba. I didn't put the sign up. No. Let me finish my shoulder. I'll be in a minute. Okay, love you, Bubba. bad for my son, man. He got COVID now too. It sucks, man. But John Dorsey is hilarious. He's hilarious. But he is another proven guy in this league. He helped the Browns turn their shit show around. I mean, they're still a shit show, but you know what I mean? But he's proven. I mean, he's been around the league. Elliott Wolf's somebody you can look at. There's a bunch of other options out there. Jose says, Doc, sent you something I found about Dobbs to Instagram if you wanted to read on the chat. Oh, yeah, Jose, where is it, brother? Let me see. Sorry, you guys. I'm still getting it out of my system. Okay. Oh, yeah. I read this, Jose. Oh, well, actually, you know what? I didn't read this portion. I actually have this in my phone right now. Shout out to Jose. This is an excerpt that Dobbs said. Okay, let me read this real quick, you guys. Shout out to Jose for reminding me. I had this actually in my phone for this specific live. This is him. Quote, I just felt like everyone was jacked. We're on this win streak. He's talking about the Colts this year. We're on this win streak, and I'm kind of like, what the fuck does it matter? Dodds said a few months later, if we don't go to a Super Bowl, so what? A couple injuries, bomb a couple of draft picks, no one in this pipeline to replace the players you lost. You got to be relentless. You can't stop. I don't. I like that. Basically said with Indianapolis, bro, we didn't win. I don't give a fuck. You don't get to the Super Bowl. Who cares? Dodds has done this for a decade and a half, so he knows. He cut his teeth in Oakland learning from Al Davis that BS won't get you far in this league. Quote, with Al Davis, with Mr. Davis, you learned quickly. Dodds explains that if you don't know the answer to a question, just say you don't know and take your ass beating right there. Don't guess. I love it. This already sounds like a fucking Raider to me, right? His next stop was Seattle, where he climbed from low-level scout to front office Swiss Army knife, helping build a monster. Facts, bro. Facts. Facts. Shout out to Jose on reminding me to read that. I appreciate you, brother. I'm all in on Dodds, man. I'm all in on him. I'm all on. He sounds like a Raider to me. It's Ed Dodds, Buddha. That's who we're talking about. A potential guy that's going to come in. We already have an interview, I believe, set up with him. So potential GM replacement for Mike Mayock. Flores, I will definitely do that, my brother. Definitely. Prayers to you and your family and your mother, brother. Fuck cancer, man. I've lost a lot of my family to cancer. Morris, I'm praying for you and your family, my brother. For real, man. Prayers to you, brother. Prayers. Everybody in the comment section, man. Let's put some prayer hands in the comment section for our brother Morris, man. I hate seeing that type of shit, man. Prayers, my brother. Prayers. Shout out to Raiders God. Hey, bro, I just want to let you know I love what you do for the Raider Nation. Keep doing what you're doing. Bro, question, with all the free agents we have, who would you bring back to the team? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for those nice words. And I definitely appreciate you, King, just for everything, for the donation and support for the channel. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What free agents are you guys bringing back? I'll put it like this. At first, I want to get some extensions out the way, right? We got to look at Max Crosby. We have to look at Hunter Renfrow. We have to figure out this whole Darren Waller scenario with him. But I'm going to look at this. You have to look at the defensive tackle room first. Every one of them is a free agent. Falone, Solomon Thomas, Quentin Jefferson, Hankins, all of them, right? So you have to look. Who are you bringing back? I would love to bring back Falone. This guy is a fighter. I love to bring back Quentin Jefferson. At this point, you guys, Solomon Thomas kind of fell off a cliff at some point in the season and really didn't show back up. I'm not going to give another contract to Solomon Thomas. You guys know me. I was huge. I was a huge advocate of Solomon Thomas. I'm not bringing him back unless it's a 1-year prove it cheap deal. I'm bringing back Q. I'm bringing back Falone. I think we kind of know what we have with Hankins at this point. We just let Damian Square go. He's a free agent right now. Bring back, if DC comes back, you bring back Zay Jones. If it's a cheap contract, because there's going to be another guy, or another team that's probably going to overpay Zay Jones. There's going to be another Nelson Aguilar situation. I'm telling y'all. So I'm not saying that Zay's going to be back. I think someone's going to overpay him. I think there's going to be a contract that you can't overlook. You also bring back Alec Ingold. if Jim Harbaugh or whatever head coach we bring in wants to keep a fullback in rotation. We just signed Sutton Smith to a 2-year deal. I could be wrong. 2-year deal, I believe. He came in to play fullback when Alec Ingold got hurt. Sutton Smith will move to defensive end next year. So I think Alec Ingold may get re-signed. You know what I mean? But I just don't know. A lot of teams don't use fullbacks. So that's a team to keep or a guy to keep an eye on, you guys, because does Harbaugh bring in a fullback? If he doesn't come in, does Doug Peterson, if he comes in as a head coach, does he bring in Alec Ingold? I don't know. We all love him, but at the end of the day, I don't know. Rashard, he proved his worth, but what do you pay him? You know what I'm saying? Do you bring him back? You still have Josh Jacobs and Kenyon Drake under contract. At this point, I think you let Jalen Rashard go. I'm sorry. You still got Ragus. You just re-signed him back to the practice squad yesterday. Give him a chance. Give him an opportunity. I don't see Jalen coming back, even though he was a great third down back, helped in the blocking game a lot. I just don't see it. I don't see us bringing him back. Denzel Perryman has another year on his contract. What do you do with Casey Hayward? With Gus Bradley probably leaving, Casey probably leaves. KJ Wright's gone. You don't bring him back. He's too slow at this point. Marcus Mariota is going to get overpaid somewhere. Somebody's going to give him big money to come in and be a bridge starter. I can see that happening like really, really quick with another team. Who else we want to talk about? Roderick Teamer. He's a Gus Bradley guy. He's probably going to walk. Levitt, let him walk. McCoy's gone. I'm not bringing McCoy back. He's probably going to retire. It's a lot of guys you can look at. You know what I mean? We still have Trayvon Mullen on the roster. He's a true number 2. We need to go get a true number 1, a true number 1 corner in the draft. That's why if Sauce Gardner is there, you got to go get him. There's going to be a lot of post-June cuts. If you let Littleton walk, I believe you save $11 million next year. If you let Nick Wachowski go post-June, you save $7 million, I believe. So you damn near save $20 million letting Littleton and Kwiatkowski leave. Brandon Faison, he's another Gus Bradley guy. We have to see who's going to be here coaching-wise. Let's look and see who's going to be there coaching staff-wise, and then we can kind of revisit that because there's a lot of Gus Bradley guys on this defensive side of the ball right now. I don't see – Ray's not backstage. Shout out to Jose. I think on the defensive side for free agents, we have to wait and see what we do with our DC. Exactly, Jose. You just said exactly what I said, my brother. Great minds, my brother. Great minds. Also, Jose says, I think we should go for Patrick Richard Patrick Richard from the Ravens. He plays fullback and can play on the DL if you want. Can play on the defensive line if you want to. I need to look him up. I don't know who that is, bro. I definitely need to look him up. I don't know who that is. You gave me some homework today, my brother. Oh, there's going to be some dead money on these guys regardless. I think Andy told me the dead money on Littleton would be like from $6 to $8 million. There's going to be some dead money because Mike Mayock, the way he rolled up these contracts, he cooked our boots. He cooked us. You know what I mean? So we're going to have to work around this. We're going to have to get creative. But if you bring in a veteran GM like a Dobbs or a Dorsey, these guys can work around these guys. They can work around these contracts. They'll figure it out. You know what I mean? They're not first-year guys, like a Mike Mayock, which technically Dobbs would be because he's never been a GM, but he's been there. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jose. I'm definitely going to look him up, though, my brother. What about Drake? At this point, AJ, he's still under contract. What do you guys think about that? What do you think about that? Do you bring back Kenyon Drake? Do you bring him back for another year and see what he can do in the next system we bring in? I think we could save some money letting him go too. Me personally, I'd rather go draft, another young running back. Me personally, I'd rather go get a young, cheap one, cheap option. Raider Q, what up, Docs? Who do we go with for DC? There's a lot of guys you can look at. If Todd Bowles doesn't get a head coaching position, which I think he will, he's the defensive coordinator for the Bucs. If he doesn't walk away from there, potentially him. Man, there's a lot of guys you can look at. I mean, Fangio, you know what I mean? We will change from a 4-3 to a 3-4 if he comes in to work under Jim Harbaugh. My apologies, you guys. My nose is running and shit. There's a lot of guys you can look at. We're definitely going to break down the options once this whole playoff shit is over. There's going to be a lot more guys out there. Shout out to my brother.
Yo. What's good with the nation? What's good with the Graphk? How y'all doing, man?
What's going on with you, my brother?
Good. Just sitting here listening on the conversation, you know.
Hey, who would be your favorite defensive coordinator at this point? Just with who's available, right? Even Raheem Morris. I mean, there's other guys we can look at because he's a 4-3 guy. He comes in, you won't have to change your whole scheme. I mean, personally, who would you go with at this point if you had to pick another defensive coordinator and Gus Bradley walks?
That's a tough one, man. I know last year I would really like Raheem Morris. He seemed pretty legit. I know a lot of people say Fangio. A lot of people want him. If I had to pick, though, man, I don't know. You kind of put me on the spot. I don't know. I don't know who I'd choose.
I know, because we really can't. You really can't gauge it yet until the playoffs are done. Like until the Super Bowl is done, then you really see who's all available. Then we can kind of revisit that, and we'll break it down at some point.
Yeah, for sure. I like Eberflus from the Colts, though, man. I just like that dude. I don't know if he's really how available he is. You know what I mean? I don't really know how available he is, but I like that dude, man. If we can get him, if he's able to have the Colts defense looking that solid. And I think he'd be able to do something with what we got for sure, man.
I think he's going to be a head coach. I think he'll get a head coach.
Probably.
So this is what we were talking about. We were talking about in the group chat yesterday. Did you go do any kind of homework on Dodds? Like, did you read up anything on him?
Yeah, I did. Most definitely.
Okay, so at this point, right, who would you rather have then over him? Because I know you still ain't sold on him, which I get it because he hasn't been a GM in the league yet. He has had his hands in the pot with a lot of great teams. You know, he helped the draft process during the whole Legion of Boom. He was one of the best recruits over there for a long time. Went to the Colts, was a big reason why they drafted well with Quentin Nelson, Darius Leonard, a lot of guys. Why are you still a little iffy right now? Don't get me wrong. I think I know why, because this is probably the biggest hire that we're going to make in years.
Yeah.
This is the biggest hire that we're going to have, you guys, in a long time. That's why I'm not mad about Mark Davis moving so quick. I was like, man, good. Move quick, man. Get this shit out the way. So
slow feet don't eat.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know about Dodds because I just look at the track record and I feel like, so with the Colts, I just don't see the draft. I just don't see the draft picks, man. And I know he's not the GM. He's the assistant, whatever you want to go, however you want to go about it. But if you give him credit for, let's say, I'm drawing a blank right now, but for the trade for the defensive tackle, sending the first for DeForest Buckner, then you have to hold them accountable for the draft picks as well, in my opinion. And I'll give him credit for that, getting Buckner. But at the same time, I look at the Colts draft picks and I'm like, yo, if we were drafting those guys, I would be upset. I would be pissed because I don't like any of those draft picks from the Colts, man.
Okay, so let me read a few of these off. Let me read a few of them off real quick. He said he was a part of. It's why Chris Ballard hired him in 2017. Since joining Indianapolis, this team's draft history includes Quentin Nelson, Darius Leonard, Braden Smith. They created one of the greatest offensive lines in the NFL. Naheem Hines, backup running back. Michael Pittman Jr., a wide receiver out of USC. And Jonathan Taylor, the best running back outside of Derrick Henry in the league. And then we said the trades for DeForest Buckner and Kenny Moore, which is one of the greatest safeties, I believe. Oh no, corner in the league. So, I mean, like you said, we don't know how hands-on he was with that, but if he was, man, those are some great names, brother.
Yeah, most definitely. I agree. I definitely agree. Jonathan Taylor, ones that stands out the most. And I wish we had Jonathan Taylor. You know what I mean? That'd be beautiful. But at the same time, you have to take a step back and look at the rest of the draft picks as well. That's over a 4 or 5 year time period.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't even make the playoffs because we beat them. You know what I mean? We beat
Yeah.
them. So they weren't good enough. And also, like I said in the group chat, I would cry if we sent the first round draft pick for Carson Wentz. Like, I would be devastated if our GM went out there and traded for a quarterback like that. So that right there is the number one. That's the red flag for me.
No, I get it, because that's yeah, you have to look at that.
And I heard about it was more on Frank, or not Frank, but Reich. Heard it was more on him.
The pipeline in Philadelphia, the pipeline was there.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah. But at that point, when you're a quarterback away, like Indianapolis is, sometimes don't you got to say, because they try to get DC, they try to get him from us. Do you kind of have to say, you know what, man, we have to make some type of move? And Carson Wentz probably wasn't the right name.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest, he probably wasn't. I mean, no, he actually wasn't.
He wasn't.
Yeah, he wasn't. But you got to get a little brave. And Kenny, I like that we're getting money back from Ruggs and Arnett. This is facts, brother.
Yep,
facts. And shout out to my brother too. He said, give Ragus a shot. I think we will see him. We just re-signed him to the practice squad. I think we'll see him. I know Ray don't give a fuck about Ragus, but
oh my God, I'm ready to move on from all our running backs. I mean,
hey, I hear you, bro. But if you're gauging it solely on the Carson Wentz, which is,
I'm not solely gauging on that, but you could go down the draft line. Let's say, for instance, right, last year they got, or this year, right? Who was their main rookie?
Who?
For the Colts, you know what I mean? And
this year,
like, who did they draft that's like that?
Yeah, nobody was really. I know they went and got Eason, the backup quarterback.
And you think about it, and I talked about this in the group chat, right? They go and trade for a quarterback, send a first round draft pick, but they draft
Quiddy Pay.
Yeah, they got Quiddy Pay, right?
He was nice. He was nice.
He's smooth. He's cool. He's definitely developing. But they draft Eason. They drafted Sam Ehlinger, and they trade a first for Carson Wentz. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, what are y'all doing? Like, that worries me when it comes to the quarterback thing. You know what I mean? And then also on top of that, with the wide receiver thing, Paris Campbell. You know what I mean? Trying to find out replacement for T.Y. Hill. You go out and get Paris Campbell straight. He's not good. Like, let's be honest. Paris Campbell ain't doing nothing. You go get Michael Pittman. He's solid. He's solid. And second round pick. They didn't have a first, but they had 2 seconds when they got Jonathan Taylor and Michael Pittman. Those are 2 solid back-to-back picks right there.
Definitely.
You have to give that credit. But you look since 2017, look at the rest of the picks. It's just not there for me. And then the team itself, it's just not there for me. You don't have a lot of talent. There's really not a lot of talent on that team. And that's why I kind of gauge and like Eberflus more than their GM, because you look at their defense, they don't have a bunch of like stars, in my opinion. Yes, They had a lot of people make the Pro Bowl, but at the same time, take a step back, it's like they don't really have a Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald.
I agree with you. But can you look at it like this,
for me, is like, oh, that's for surely Eberflus, good ass coaching right there. That's just good. That's good coaching. You know what I mean?
But you have to look at Dodds though, in a sense too. If you give him any credit for that draft and all that, you got to give him credit for the coaching staff as well, though, right? You have to say, okay, well, you know what? Maybe he did this on drafting, but maybe Eberflus, maybe Dodds went to bat for him. We don't know really the story of why he became the defensive coordinator and all that. But no, I feel you, bro. The Carson Wentz thing was a bust.
I'm just weary. That's it. I just don't know about Dodds. He's an assistant. He's for the Colts, though. For me, I'm just like, the Colts. You know, where are we getting this from? And then,
but with him and Harbaugh's history,
So then I hear about the Harbaugh and Dodds thing, and you know, since I've been doing content, I've realized that connects to me personally. When I hear about, you know, people know each other, it's like, bro, everybody knows each other at this point. Like me, like we can find a picture of John Harbaugh on a fucking Raiders shirt, and it's like for you know what I mean, for a picture to say he's coming back to the Raiders, and it's like, yeah, he was with us, but he wasn't really with us like that. And it's just there's just a series of things, but
maybe that both those guys had a conversation.
Yeah,
they said we came into the league together in 2003. This is how far we are now. Let's end this shit on a high note. We came in we want to leave how we came in. You know what I'm saying? We came in 2003 with the Raiders. Let's turn this franchise around. Let's take them to the next step. Who knows? Shout out to Omar, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Until I see some proof of that, I can't go off of that, bro. I haven't seen DC say he wants $30 million or is not going to come back. And I don't see DC being that kind of guy. Don't get me wrong. DC's going to want what he's worth. But if Devontae is a real option, right, DC's not going to play that. And he still has $19.9 million on his last year of his deal. I don't see DC playing that. I'm gonna sit out there. I don't see him doing that. DC already lost all his cards when he said, I want to be a Raider, period. Like I will retire if they try to get rid of me. So I don't see it. I got to see proof of that. Shout out to KC. He said, Ray speaks truth. Careful getting high on the guy. Facts though, KC. Look, one thing I love about my brother Ray is, right, I'll get excited about something in the group chat. And Ray will come in and be like, here go Graphk again. Here go Graphk again. Excited about everything. Hey, Ray to bring me down off my high horse so fucking quick.
It would. I still got that video. He was all, tell me what you are excited about, because you don't seem excited about shit.
So what I got that video. I'm happy about everything. Ray ain't happy about shit. You know what I mean? So it works out. It's a balance. You know what I'm saying? But I get it, bro.
For sure he is.
You know what I mean? I get it.
Our group chat be lit. Our group chat be lit. But
yeah, definitely, man. Shout out to my brother Ray too. He sent me a picture yesterday of 2 Raiders shirts, brand nookie. And he said, hey, bro, what's your address? I'm about to send them your way. Shout out to my bro, man. I appreciate you for even thinking about me with that, brother.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm definitely going to rock the shit out of them. Shout out to Cardo. What's good, Graphk? Hell of a roller coaster of a season. Honestly, super proud of DC and the team for being able to make something positive out of the season. Facts, my brother. Yep. This is facts, brother. And then Cardo with another 20 shot. Damn, motherfuckers is pulling up today, bro. It's crazy. Shout out to Cardo. Again, a lot of drops and penalties in the game. So it ain't all on DC, bro. Also, after watching the rest of the games this weekend, at least we put up a fight, not rolling over like the rest. I said this, Cardo. I just said it earlier on the live. We were the best losing team out of all of them. We had the closest game. I know Dallas came down to that little last second, but nah. It wasn't as close.
That was bullshit.
Yeah, it wasn't as close as it looked.
Nah.
And then damn, bro.
We was down to the last play. You know what I mean? Like goal line, we're in the goal. We had one play to go. That was a close game. The Dallas game was Dak Prescott ass, bro. I've been saying that. Dallas Cowboys messed up when they signed him to that contract. I was like, oof, okay.
God damn, Carter dropped 100 shot, bro. My brother, man, I appreciate you.
Keep it 100.
I'm about to buy my brother Ray a brand new hat today. We doing that, bro. You sending me some shirts?
The funniest comment though was when bro was like, he said, Graphk, can you spot me 20? Or he said some shit. That boy said, hey, Graphk, can you send me a super chat?
I'm like, shit, bro. I'm like, that's not how this shit works.
That boy put up to your job and said, bro, run it.
Man, for real. Shout out to Cardo. Here's a bill for your great work this season, Graphk. Kept it 100 the whole season, made the ups and downs more enjoyable. Stay up, stay safe, and keep the good content going, bro. I appreciate you, Cardo. Bro. You're one of the great people on this channel and in this chat that keeps this thing rolling, my brother. I appreciate you. And shout out to my brothers, man, too, Raid and Andy and everybody whose channels are growing tremendously. Shout out to Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi had like 1,000 subs or 800 subs at the beginning of the year. I think he's almost at 10 bands now. Like, bro, Raid is bro up here as well. Andy just went over 3,000. Yep. Like, this is crazy. I think fucking Honcho just surpassed me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is beautiful, bro. Like, shout out to everybody in the chat that helped all of us out this season, man. Like, you guys think we appreciate it. No, you guys appreciate us. We appreciate you guys, man.
No, most definitely, bro. Most definitely. Man. It makes it lit, bro. It makes it fun. We keep it lit, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
go crazy, bro.
I appreciate you, brother. That means a lot to me, man. Docs is a trustful source. Look it up. It pissed me off. I wouldn't mind, but if it's like a backstabbing to us, don't talk about you want to hear yet looking for gold. I say ride his contract to trade him. Oh, I think we're gonna ride it out. I definitely think we're gonna ride it out. We got one more year left. With
the card. You have to kind of gauge that the quarterback situation with us, it has to take in consideration when you talk about a GM, you talk about head coach, OC, all that stuff, because I know a lot of people wanted to keep around Mike Mayock for another year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, you keep him around. What if he wants to lock in Carr, but then he's only here for a year? Then the next guy's stuck with that quarterback for a long-term contract. You see what I'm saying? With that extension. And that's why, for me personally, it was just too hard for keeping Mike Mayock and that kind of thing going, because then it's like that 1 year is a huge year because DC's really on a contract year. And if you want to keep a quarterback and your new guy wants to keep him, he would be the one to decide, not the year after DC's contract year to where he's either gone and we let him walk for nothing, or, you know what I mean, he's on this team for a long term, but the next guy don't even want him. So it's kind of like we couldn't keep Mayock for an extra year. So I think it was the right move.
You still have to wash your hands of the whole Gruden experience, right? You're done with it. Okay, look, Mayock was Gruden's hire. Wash your hands of it. Do it quick. We did it a few days after, you know what I'm saying, after, you know, we lost our playoff game. Look, man, I kind of like this, man. I like how we're moving quick. I think there's already something set up behind the scenes. I'm going to be honest with you. There was even rumors, you guys, that we already interviewed Todd Bowles. I don't know how real that is, but there was real rumors behind the scenes that we already basically met the requirements of the Rooney Rule. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how real that is, but there was rumors that it happened late December. So I don't know. So there may be something already in play, man. I like where we are right now, because the next coaching staff and GM is coming into a winning franchise. All they have to do is just take us over the top. You know what I mean? Just take us over the top now. And I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Ray. I keep saying it. Richie B is a great motivator and a good story. Bruh, if he's our head coach, bro, next year we're going to be 2-15, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I just don't see it. I don't see it.
You can't keep him as head coach, man. He's an interim head coach. You know, I know we made the playoffs, but at the same time, he took over a 5-2 team.
Yeah.
We got to think about it. He did take over a 5-2 team. I know the Ruggs situation that happened, which kind of brought us back. We started 2-0 when we had Ruggs, went to the bye week. So, actually, we were 3-2 when he took over. We won the next 2 games. We were 5-2. The Ruggs thing happened. Then all of a sudden, we just dropped off. The fact we made the playoffs, though, is impressive. But at the same time, he's a special teams interim head coach. He's never been head coach before. I think he was helped a lot just based off the fact that you have guys that have been head coaches. You got to think our coaching staff was pretty stacked. You know, Gus Bradley head coach, Rod Marinelli, Tom Cable, Greg Olsen's been an OC forever. So
Black Sunday said it right here perfectly.
Stepping up easy.
Black Sunday said it perfect. He said, "You're right, Doc." He said, "Does Richie B even have his own offense? Like, you're going to have a head coach that's going to literally have to rely on coordinators for everything." You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't even have his own situation. Like, does he have a playbook? No. If anything, he does, but it's special team only. Like, he has nothing. He fits no requirements of being a head coach. Like, I just don't see him at his age coming in and saying, you know what? I'm going to write up my own offense. I'm going to do this. It just doesn't make any sense, bro. And this is just anybody that's screaming that we need to bring him back. This is just proof of we're not used to having good things.
It's more of like an experience. Like, we like the experience. So we want, you know what I mean? Like the nostalgia. But something just came out. Says the Raiders have requested to interview Bengals assistant director of college scouting, lead scout Trey Brown, from their vacant GM position. At only 35, he'd be the second youngest NFL GM. Brown is regarded the NFL circle as sharp, knowledgeable, and a relentless worker, and he has impressed ownership in multiple GM interviews. That's from Scout, Raider.Scout on Instagram.
Shout out to my brother Scout. Okay. That's something to keep an eye on.
That's interesting.
35-year-old GM.
He looked like he's a young brother. That'd be interesting. A young GM, 35-year-old GM, bro. Could you imagine?
That would be fucking crazy.
Dude would only be a few years older.
Yeah.
Bro would only be a few years older than me. That's impressive. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty impressive to be 35, looking at to be the second youngest GM. It makes me think, who's the first youngest?
That's crazy.
Who's the youngest GM? If he'd be the second youngest at 35, who is the youngest GM?
Bro, he said Docs is older than him. That hurt my soul, bro. Oh my God, bro. Holy shit. Hey, DC said the team got cocky after 2016. He said he would do his best. That doesn't happen with this team. He loves this team. This is facts, bro. Facts. Hey, Cardo, I don't know what you did, bro. You robbed a bank or something, but shout out to my dog, bro. He said, I'm dropping another $100. Hey, Cardo said, if my brother Graphk missed the last 3 days and couldn't do shit because he was sick, we gonna clean that up.
Most definitely. Shout out Cardo, bro.
Yeah, facts, bro. Honestly, need to keep DC. You can only see boy lives, lives, breathes, and bleeds silver and black. Richie needs to be assistant coach. And look, I believe that Richie would definitely say, you know what, I still want to be here. I want to be here with these players. I'll definitely go back to my natural position because I don't think there's going to be any other team that's going to even give him any type of shot at head coaching. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I agree with you on that. To keep
unless you went to college or something.
Yeah, but that would also keep the players happy. In a perfect world, you bring Harbaugh in, he brings his coaching staff, he sticks around, and you still have that nostalgia of this year, next year with the new coaching staff, and everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. The way they talk about him says a lot, bro. Harbaugh and Carr would work magic. Definitely need a right tackle, wide receiver 1, and cornerback 1. I agree with you, brother. Those are my number 3, my 3 top outside of defensive tackle, too. We need a defensive tackle immediately. A number 1, not just a guy that we're like, oh, okay, we got a cool defensive line. Like, we need a guy that, man, bro, like, I hate watching all these teams that have dominant defensive tackles week in and week out because they make their edge rushers just look so much more better. Like, with a dominant D tackle, imagine how Max and Yannick, those almost sacks and those pressures would have turned into sacks.
Most definitely.
If we had a dominant defensive tackle, you know what I'm saying? So a DT has to be one of those picks, but we definitely need a number 1 corner, bro. Like,
yes,
definitely. Like, what do you do with that, bro? Do you do it in the draft rate, or do you go get like a J.C. Jackson in free agency? Like, what do you do to address that cornerback?
I think you would want to weigh your options because I feel like our team has good edge rushers right now, and if we're going to put money into our edge rushers, then I think we'll kind of, I want to say, take a step back from the talent at corner or DB, but you kind of have to weigh your options. You know, you don't want to. Are you going to go heavy on the D line, or are you going to go heavy in the defensive backfield? For me, I'd rather be heavy on the D line, stick with our edge rushers, get that dominant defensive tackle, and then I would just go get a decent cornerback. You know, number 2 corners. You know what I mean? Like, nothing too crazy in my opinion. You know, I'll go on the good side of Dodds. You know, look at the Colts defense. Their corners, you wouldn't really say they have completely shut down corners. Yeah. You know, guys that you say that's a top 5 corner right there, man, shut down. But they have competent guys. Rocky Sun, you know what I mean? Groomed. He was groomed. His rookie year, he was not good, bro. He was getting cooked. Yeah. He was, you know what I mean? Ended up becoming very good. They pick up, I believe, Kenny Moore. They pick him up. I don't know who their DB coach is, but damn, that dude's doing some work. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think we could, if we had something like that, and we went predominantly defensive line, had 2 Mullins. I think that'd be the best example. 2 guys like Mullen, I'd take that with a.
What do you think about the Flores situation, brother? So, okay, I was talking about this with somebody, and I liked the comment because somebody said, I love Flores, but Flores is going to need like 6 shutdown corners in his defense. Like the way his defense is, like he has to have all these guys. Go ahead.
I know you guys are talking about J.C. Jackson. It's like, how much money would he want? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, how much would we have to pay J.C. Jackson? And then where are we going to get our D tackle from? Yeah. You know? So it's like, and then get our wide receiver plus our right tackle. You know what I mean? Yeah. And have enough money to re-sign Renfro and Max the very next year. Yeah. So it's we got to kind of weigh our options. Definitely.
Casey Hayward's only gonna. I'm telling y'all, I think he only looks at this team if Gus comes back, in which I don't think that in any point
he's only coming back coming back if Gus is here.
Bro, Casey, he's also another product of his scheme. Like, I mean, but that's a lot of players. Like, if I seen him anything else outside of a cover 3, I don't know how Casey would fare. To be honest, I don't because he's pretty much played in that system his whole career. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I don't know, but I would love to see him back on another cheap, maybe 1-2 year deal if you could get him in.
Yeah, I take him on a 2 year, and why I do that is because I don't want to draft a corner, and I don't want to have the guy we drafted with Casey Hayward and Mullen and Hobbs. You know what I mean? Yeah, that right there is beautiful to me. You got a bunch of guy DBs on rookie deals outside of Casey, which, you know, he's going to probably get something nice, but it wouldn't be super expensive like J.C. Jackson. Yeah. And, you know what I mean, that's it with intention that the guy you draft is going to be groomed under Casey Hayward in a good locker room of DBs with Ron Miles or something like that, Yeah. So I'd be confident in that workspace.
Facts. Shout out to Jose Dax. I believe John Harbaugh was a special teams coach, and he wasn't a coach before, and he is pretty successful. Not saying that Richie B would be successful, but I wouldn't be mad if he was our head coach. I just, Jose, the thing is this, man. I don't really have high hopes for this team moving forward if he's our head coach. I don't. I feel like it's going to set us back years.
Mm-hmm.
This is the most pivotal off season I feel like we've had in over a decade. You have to go pick the right GM. You have to have the right head coach. You have to have everything in play because our future just really, really rides on this offseason, man. We can go from a wild card team to, I was saying earlier, a perennial AFC Championship Super Bowl contender over one season if we play this the right way. Like I said, don't think with your hearts, think with your minds. Do whatever's best football-wise on the field, not just, oh, he did this year. It was great. Well, no, like we need to think forward thinking. And I just don't know about Jose. I just don't think Richie B would be that guy. You know what I mean?
And to add to that, you got to think John Harbaugh has been successful before the 49ers. He was successful with Stanford.
Yeah.
So he was a coach before he was in the NFL. He worked his way.
Yeah.
He was a college coach,
worked
his way to the pros, became the coach for Frisco.
He did a lot.
You know what I mean? So, and that was obviously he has a lot of history before Stanford.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So to me, it's a lot different. He worked his way up to become a head coach. Richie Bisaccia kind of was like, you're going to be the head coach, brother. You know what I mean? You've been a special teams guy. You're just going to be the head coach now. So it's different. It's different. But I see what bro's talking about.
Takeover says I'm done with Mullen. Send Richie back to special teams. What do you hear when you say I'm done with Mullen, bro? Like,
I'm not mad at that, man, because Mullen's been subpar. Sometimes he has flashes to where he could be, pretty good, make a play, and then there's other times to where it's like, man, he's grabbing, he panicked, he caused the penalty on that one, gave up a first down, and so that's why I think people always say he's a solid number 2, because he's has the ups and the downs, and but if he wants him to go, I'm not mad at that because he's coming up on a contract year, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, you better play your ass off, or you better get that stuff together.
We have to start looking at that draft, bro, because we got
he better get together, or we're gonna draft his brother or something.
For real. Think of it like this, man. At the end of the day, that draft alone, we have to extend Max Crosby, we have to extend Renfro. Mm-hmm. There's so many guys in that one draft, and I think Mullen's probably going to be he's going to be the odd man out with a big.
Well, would you rather have Mullins or Abram?
Man.
Personally, I'm going to let you go. I'll let you go.
They're both underwhelming to me. I'm going to be honest. Like, I've seen flashes in both of them. And maybe you don't agree with me, but I've seen more flashes with Mullen. I'd rather keep Mullen over Abram because I feel like you can always find that box safety that kind of plays in. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like. We're playing in a pass heavy league. I want my strong safety to be able to cover as well. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where the league is now. When you're playing against Patrick Mahomes, you're playing against Herbert, just the quarterbacks alone in our division, you want a strong safety that can actually cover as well. So I'm going Mullen 110%. I probably have Mullen over Abram.
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes perfect sense. You think about some strong safeties. Think about the Bills, like a Micah Hyde or a Pryor or something like that.
Yeah.
So they could cover. They could play the run. They're pretty solid. Buda Baker. I know he just got hurt. Unfortunately, we never want to see that. But he was a good example of someone that could play, be multiple. So I understand that. I like Abram more. I just personally I like Abram more. I feel like his speed is just lethal, and the way he could just come downhill. I like that kind of playing. I like that kind of style.
He is fast as hell, bro. When he comes downhill,
I just like that. I just like that. I just like to watch. I just like to watch him on the field.
When he comes downhill, he's crazy, bro.
Yeah, like you said though, they both kind of have that. And so for me, I'm just gonna go with what I like. I'm not gonna really say he's better at strong safety than Mullen is at corner. I just like Abrams, man. I just like his style.
They just both give me that backup kind of vibe, like a number 2
Like
kind
that
of
boomer
vibe.
bust almost.
Yeah, like like at this point, Mullen at best is our number 2 corner.
Yes.
Yes. Abram, I'm gonna be totally real with you guys. I was more comfortable with Roger Teamer out there. Like, I liked when Abram was in the box, though, completely. Like, that's where his strengths are, closer to the line of scrimmage. But man, I don't know, bro. To be honest with you, you have to look at it like this too. Brandon Faison came in. Was he an upgrade over Mullen at times? Like, you know what I mean? Like at times.
I think so. I would say so, bro. Honestly.
So, and Brandon Faison is a product of that system. He's comfortable with Gus Bradley's system. He played with him for years with the Chargers. So he has that, you know what I mean? And Teamer has it because he's with the Chargers as well. Yeah. But Abram has to work on that coverage, man. If you're going to be back there, I don't know, man. Do you think Abram's going to get an extension at some point?
I think it depends on who the DC is, man. It's just crazy. This offseason is the craziest offseason in a while, man. And I know I said it in the chat, and that I didn't think Gruden was going to make it his full 10, and I didn't think he was going out like this, and I didn't think it would happen like this, especially going into the offseason with Harbaugh and talks. Like, that's just crazy, man. If we get Harbaugh, I'm all in when it comes to Harbaugh. I just don't know about the Dodds dude. It makes me wonder who the OC would be for Harbaugh. Who would he bring in? And I think some people are talking about
Pep Hamilton.
Yeah, Pep Hamilton. He's the quarterback coach for the Texans right now, or the OC.
Yeah, and he was they call him like a quarterback whisperer. He helped Justin Herbert last year. Mm-hmm. He's worked with Harbaugh before in the past. He
was the OC or the quarterback coach for Stanford, I believe.
Yes. Yeah, so he's worked with him before. I like Pep a lot, actually.
I looked at his resume. I think it looked pretty cool, man. I was like, hold up. This dude's been everywhere this dude's gone. He's been working with some solid quarterbacks. So either he was carried by the quarterback or he was putting that quarterback on. So
let me say this about
finding
Pep.
out.
I'll say this about Pep. I think right now we've probably seen the best of DC, right? We know what he can do.
Well, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We know his strengths. We know what weaknesses. But I think Pep, if DC can improve, Pep is going to find that in DC to get him better. I think that Pep would bring out the extra strengths in DC's game. If anybody could do it, it would be Pep Hamilton.
Most definitely. Because think about the OCs we have had. Bill Musgraves, Todd Downing.
Yep.
Like imagine if we actually had a pretty good quarterback coach, OC. Yeah. You know what I mean? Someone that could actually help Carr be mobile, move while throwing the football, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. That Andrew Luck kind of style. Get him moving like that. Like you said, he was helping Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert moves pretty well. Now he's working with Davis Mills. And honestly, Davis Mills, personally, I think he's looked pretty smooth. And he was not supposed to be one of the better looking quarterbacks, but he was actually looking better than Fields, Lawrence.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Zach Wilson. He's looking better than them. So
they may have found their quarterback, to be honest, bro. Like, to be real, I mean, I know he ain't a world beater right now, but hey, they may have found their guy.
Most definitely, because he's tall. He got that height, and that's what I like about quarterbacks. If he's tall and he can throw the football, you gotta figure out the way to make that work, man.
And you said it best though. Pep and those guys work with Andrew Luck. They work with Justin Herbert. Like they work with guys that help these guys get mobile, right? They help them, and we know what DC can do with his legs when he does utilize them. Look, when DC chooses to run off, like he's breaking off. Like you don't really see a 5-yard scurry like that with DC. Like when he gets loose, he gets loose.
Yeah, he get loose. That 20-yard run against the Bengals. And if we could have a coach, in his year saying, you know what I mean, you can move, bro. You can move, bro. Like, bro, move. He's gonna move. And that's why I think personally, and I said it, and I remember me and Sanjay were talking about it, and I said I don't think Carr has met his ceiling. And of course, people think I'm a Carr stans, whatever. I just don't think he met his ceiling because he can be mobile, and he's just not as mobile as he could be. And that's what I mean by he hasn't met his ceiling. That he could do more with his, you know what I mean, God-given talents. He just doesn't. And that's scrambling, being more mobile, and throwing on the run, breaking the pocket when need to. And I think someone could unlock that out of him. Now, do we want to pay and wait for that? That's the question. Yeah. And I'm not going to go down that road. I'm just whatever.
I think one thing, too, with DC, and maybe you don't agree with me, is his progressions. Like sometimes he kind of just locks in on a wide receiver and he only goes that way. Like, I think someone like Pep would help him with that too, help him oversee the whole field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not just mobility wise, but just vision wise. Like, look, man, slow down, pump the brakes, give yourself some time. And I think with the offseason with Harbaugh, which he's been known to put great offensive lines together, I think if you put a great O-line together, I think DC, that confidence to come back up there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it is what it is. Shout out to Jose. I think a healthy Mullen is a top corner in this league if he could stay healthy. He could potentially be. We haven't seen that yet. You know what I'm saying? So
what's up, bro?
You good, bro?
No, I was talking to my fault. I was talking to my kids.
Oh, no. You good, brother. Do your thing. You got it. You already know. Shout out to Takeover. Expect the Rams to blow the team up if they don't win the Super Bowl. We can grab some Donald or Ramsey via trade. Takeover. They're never going to get rid of either one of those guys. They're not. They're not going to get rid of either one of those guys. Those are foundational players for them. I don't see them breaking it up like that. And they just came off a blowout. You know what I'm saying? Yesterday, the Rams have really high hopes. I don't think they blow it up a year after you go trade for Matthew Stafford either. I think they're going to be a little more patient this time around. Shout out to Jose again. I actually thought Musgrave was the best OC Carr has had in his career. Facts. Up to this point, definitely. He unlocked the most out of him. I'll tell you that. He unlocked the most out of him. Definitely agree with you on that. Shout out to Cardo. I think we haven't seen the best of DC yet. I think if we give him a decent line and a true number one receiver with Waller and Renfro and a competent OC, then we will see what he really has. We haven't even seen 80% of Carr. Okay. I like that. Well, if that's true, I'm excited. Bro, if we've only seen 80%, if we haven't seen 80% of DC yet, I'm very excited about the near future.
Yeah, for real. Me too.
Yeah.
I'd have them around like not 85, 90%.
Yeah.
And we got about a little bit more untapped potential. Like I said, it just depends on how much you want to pay him, how much he wants, and would we be better off trading him, And
yeah.
I know, and the thing is, I'm a car guy, but at the same time, I talked about it. I even talked about it in some videos, and it's like, look, is it smarter to keep him depending on how much he wants, or just to trade him before letting him walk for nothing?
Yeah,
that's what we kind of look at. It's like, bro, we could get, if anything, this would be the year to trade him, bro. The year right after we just made the fucking playoffs. Why would you wait for any other year? Like
all the way up here,
his best statistical year, his best statistical year, breaking, you know what I mean, his best passing yards, making the playoffs, showing poise throughout the season after everything that's happened, showing some leadership there. This would be the year to do it. This would be the year to trade and go do whatever it is you want. You see that teams like, for example, the teams like the Texans who probably wouldn't trade for Carr, and I don't think we would trade him there, but they're willing to trade their number 3 overall pick, I believe. I read that earlier. So teams like that, if you want to do it, then this is the year to do it. You know what I mean? If you're going to keep him, then just sign him to an extension. Don't play no dummy games. Don't sit here and, for me, that would just be a waste of time, man. And especially don't let him walk for nothing, bro. Don't just let him walk out the building. No picks, no nothing. Bro, we'd be as long as that don't happen, I would, bro.
God, let me tell you something, bro. If we're going to blame Carr for our losses when we lose, we have to give him his flowers when we win. At the end of the day, claiming Carr took us to the playoffs is moronic. No, he took us to the playoffs. Our defense, he was a pivotal part of that, bro. At the end of the day, man, if you're going to beat his ass and say we lost because of DC, you have to say we won because of DC. At the end of the day, I beat up DC all year long. We're losing because of him, this. But when we win, what do I say? We won because of our quarterback. We won because of our defense. You got to give him some love, bro. You can't just say, DC didn't take us to the playoff. That's kind of crazy, bro. I mean, I think 4,800 yards passing says different. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a very, very tough thing to gauge, my brother. Like that's very
pulling
tough.
Up Zay Jones, having no Waller. I mean, Renfro's breaking Jerry Rice's franchise record.
Yeah, man.
Come on, man. You got to give the dude some credit.
Give him this credit, man.
Watch the damn Chargers game. Shit, we was up fucking 29-15.
Yeah.
Still won in overtime.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Okay, man, we won all our games because Daniel Carlson, man.
Yeah, pretty much, bro. Pretty much. And that's why he got his extension.
Yep. Hey, I like this question right here. Shout out to my brother Kane. I'm gonna let Ray take this. Docs was good. What's the max that you would pay Carr on an extension?
That's tough. It's a tough question, but honestly, the most I would want to pay. I'm not trying to pay any quarterback over 35, bro.
At all.
I'm not trying to pay any quarterback over 35. And that's why I talked about, like, look, we got to take a step back and think about it.
Yeah.
How we going to pay him and all these other players? Not only that, we have to have that conversation with him. Like, if we're going to keep – this is my thing. If you want to have a guy, if you know he's your franchise quarterback, this motherfucker got to be in talks with you when it comes to bringing in offensive players. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You can't sign a guy to a bunch of money, be your most expensive guy, be your franchise quarterback, touch the ball every time, and not have him in talks with bringing in other players or at least communicating some type of contract negotiations to help bring in other players. You know what I mean? So 35 would be the max for me. A deal would be anything under 30. That would just be a steal. If we can get him for anything under 30, we'd be stupid not to take it, in my opinion. Yeah. Like, bro, we would have to take that, bro. That's a steal.
What was the last team that won a Super Bowl who was paying their quarterback $35 million?
Chiefs.
Okay, Patrick Mahomes. No, I thought he got the big deal.
Did he get he might have got it right afterwards.
Yeah, he got it right after.
I mean, outside of Brady.
Yeah, I mean, but
Manning, the Mannings, both the Mannings.
But we're Brady. Going back. We're going back, right? Even Russell.
Well, the thing is, you have to kind of go back because it's like Brady's won all the fucking Super Bowls, bro. It's like literally all the Super Bowls been won by predominantly most of the same guys that we grew up watching. Ben Roethlisberger won 2. Peyton Manning won multiple. Eli Manning won multiple. Brady won 7. Who was the other guy that won multiple? Bro, that's already the past. Drew Brees already the past 15 years almost.
Yeah,
between 4 guys. So it's kind of like you can only, Russell Wilson was one. He was on a rookie deal, but bro, they had the number 1 defense in the league and top and just a good coaching staff.
Cardo, I don't know what I did to deserve this today, brother, but I appreciate you, bro. I promise you. Hey, my rent is paid this month. Shout out to my brother Cardo, man. I appreciate you, bro. For real. You have no idea. Let's just think back. Who have been the best wide receivers in his career? No D. Adams, no Julio, no Chase, no true number 1. Aguilar, Bryan Edwards, snitch-ass Cooper. Give him some talent. I honestly say his best receiver. Well, we forgot to say Crabtree too, but Crabtree was not. He was never really a true number 1 ever anywhere, really. You know what I mean? Even with the Niners, like he was just kind of like a above average. He never met that criteria that he played at Texas Tech with the Niners.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean you're right, but Cooper to me is still. I mean, the guy was a Pro Bowler with us. He's still a number 1 with the Cowboys. I think we don't give him enough credit as much as we can't stand him because we're Raiders. You got to kind of say he did have a number 1 with Cooper, though, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
Cooper definitely an all-around wide receiver. I would say Cooper's an all-around wide receiver that's a number 1 but inconsistent. I would just say I would just have to put he's a number 1 wide receiver that's inconsistent with Cooper. That's the only way I could chop it up with Cooper. But the other guys, oh my gosh, bro, we haven't had any real wide receivers. We haven't had no D-Hop, AJ Green, T.Y. Hilton, Julio Jones, Devontae Adams, Keenan Allen. The list goes on. Tyreek Hill. Who's the other guy? I mean,
bro, I still have nightmares, bro, when I think about the Texans trading D-Hop to Arizona, bro.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like, bro, like, how did you not make a call somewhere else and say at least we can get 1 first for him? Like I would have gave up triple what Arizona did.
Yeah.
What did they give up, like a 2 and a 5 or some shit?
I think it was less, bro. And it's crazy because out of all the wide receivers we want to trade for, we always want to get a wide receiver, bro. And it's like, bro, you seriously skipped out on getting DeAndre Hopkins. That's crazy. That's crazy. For David Johnson. Or what, right? David Johnson?
Yeah, David Johnson. They got a running back. They got
all right. What up? Anyways, man.
What did he do over there, man? Shout out to Cardo, bro. Like I said, brother, I appreciate you, King, so much.
Oh, no, I didn't, bro. I didn't. I wish I did, bro. That's the only he knows. There's only one.
No, so you sent me a text about a Jeff Porter. I didn't know what you were talking about.
Yeah.
And then I looked it up on the internet, on Google. I was like, oh, shit. So he's talking about He's talking about cards. So you be collecting cards, bro?
Yeah.
Bro, I gotta get back on that.
Yeah, I'll be collecting cards, man. I'll be messing around. I got I sent you the wrong person to text. I was supposed to send my homeboy, but I sent it to you. I got that Herbert rookie prism. And I was like, yeah, Graphk gonna be like, I don't know what the fuck he talking
I looked it up though. I knew it was the wrong person, but I still looked it up. I was like, oh shit. Like I used to collect cards all day, bro. That's all I did. And then my auntie sold my whole collection, hundreds of thousands of cards for $30.
That's terrible, bro. Because I could go back to my mom's crib and I got like a box of Tupperware cards, bro. And I got a Michael Vick rookie in there, some other crazy shit. I was like, damn, I forgot I even had these joints. And me and Owen T, we be going back and forth, bro, always talking about it because Max Crosby only got one rookie card. And you can't find it, bro. You just can't find it. So I was trying to buy it and this other person bought it. And I was like, damn.
That's actually fire, bro.
Yeah, there's only one Max Crosby rookie card. So it's like, dang, trying to get that.
Let me see. 670 in the chat. Wipe them feet, y'all. Shout out to Top Beast. Hey, real quick, man, you guys, subscribe to our brother Raid the Tape, man. If you guys have not yet.
Yeah, appreciate you, bro.
Everybody stop what you're doing. Go to Raid the Tape's channel. The link has been all through the comment section. Subscribe to our brother, man.
Yo, bro said he convinced Ricardo part of the El Chapo. I'm just glad. Hey, I'm glad he on our side. Shit.
Hey, for real, bro. Thank God. I'm not saying nothing crazy to Cardo, bro. I might
crazy.
End up missing out this motherfucker.
But the thing is, you asked me, what's the max I would sign DC? And I'm gonna ask you, do you want to bring back DC? Because I've been hearing the term franchise tag thrown around, which I don't think that's even realistic. Franchise tag card, I don't think that's realistic. But you know what I mean? I have to ask you, would you extend DC? Right, like the GM comes in, we get our GM, we get our head coach. Would you want them to extend DC, or are we going to have him our bridge? Because this is the season to do it. Like you can't wait. You can't wait. You know what I mean? Till that off season of next year, we'd be. You know what I mean? We'd have our hands tied behind our back at that point.
Well, there's two things you can do. There's two things that you can do this off season, right? One of them is got DC for another year, maybe 2 years. Go get a Malik Willis or something like that. Groom him under. Like Jim Harbaugh did with you know what I'm saying, Kaepernick under Alex Smith. Or you say, you know what? It's time to upgrade right now. If Harbaugh comes in and says, hey, Seattle, we'll give you DC and blase blah for Russell Wilson. You guys want to move on? Or Deshaun Watson somehow clears up all his shit and we can figure that out. You know what I mean? If you can upgrade, you upgrade. I mean, it's just simple. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm always big on if you can get better, get better. Yeah, I don't know where that echo came from, y'all. My apologies.
Yeah, me?
I think so. Oh, we're good now. We're good. But I'm not giving DC an extension, and I'd rather have him play his last year of his contract out, and then we can figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you have to get this is not a year where you can afford to go have a Nathan Peterman or a Marcus Mariota again.
Oh no.
You can't. You have to go get a young guy that you can groom.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're just going to have to be on our shit because remember when Gruden came in? We traded away Mack and Cooper, bro. And, you know, I'll take a step back. You know what I mean? Let me go on my little car stands. Let me get my thing. Because I seen somebody in the comments say he had 8 years. That's enough.
Okay.
2014, bro. Were we supposed to do anything in 2014? No. Like, let's be honest. No. You know what I mean? He wasn't even supposed to be starter. He came in and stole the job. Easy pickings, right?
Mm-hmm.
2018. Were we supposed to do anything in 2018, bro? So it was kind of like those 2 seasons. You have to take that off his list almost. Like overcoming those 2 seasons is kind of like, yo, you know what I mean? Especially if you were a fan from 2002 to before we drafted Carr, it was like, bro, 2-14 was like almost that. Was just almost like, man, 2-14. It was just 2-14. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then it was kind of becoming like, oh snap, you know what I mean? 7-9. Hold up, what are we doing? What are we doing now? Hold up. And then it was like, oh shit, the playoffs. Break your leg. Then next year was kind of like a hanky panky, another 7-9 season, I think. Gruden came in 2018, wipes the whole team out.
Yeah.
And then we start getting to that that mid-season meltdown thing, and I don't know what the hell that was.
I'm really looking at like how you're looking at it, bro. Now that You kind of giving me a little insight that I needed to hear, because you kind of technically have to say 2014, your rookie year, you beat out who was it, Schaub or something, or who it was somebody.
Bro, I don't even remember at this point.
Matt Flynn? Was it Matt Flynn or Matt Schaub? It was one of them.
It might have been Schaub.
Yeah, but he beat him out. He beat him out. 2014 was a very bad. I remember that year when we beat the Chiefs on Thursday Night Football.
It was like we won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was like we won the Super Bowl. And in 2018 that was a tough year. We knew it was going to happen. This was Gruden's first year. And we knew he was restarting everything, you know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, you kind of have to say, you know what? Chalk those 2 years up as a loss, because DC, those two rosters, I don't know what you expected DC to do with them. I mean, you know what I mean? With so many moving parts. But, yeah, okay, take those two away. We still got 6 years. The year after 2017 was a tough one. Yeah. Right? It's because, we're coming off that high horse, 12-4. DC's coming back from this injury. Everybody's back. Del Rio's back. We did get rid of our OC
for Downey.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck we were doing with that. But Downey came in. The offense took a big step back. Like drastic. And the defense was still pretty much the same defense. I mean, it was still kind of just you know what I mean? But yeah, man.
In 2018, it was like, oh snap.
Yeah, bro. I knew when I watched that first game against the Rams, I already knew what it was. I'm like, this is gonna be a tough year.
Most definitely.
But
and then last year, worst defense in franchise history, and it was just like that was the worst defense I've ever seen in my life last year with Paul Gunther. He ends up getting fired. You knew it was gonna happen. The Dolphins game, it was like, bro, this is you can't make this kind of shit up. Like the Dolphins game was like, bro, how did they even win that?
Bro.
And then finally this year, we have our defense isn't top 20, but they're pretty competent in their own ways.
Yeah.
And we squeak into the playoffs. I'm just like, give him a defense and make the playoffs. And we did, but at the same time, it's kind of like, I don't know. He's in a weird spot, bro. And that's why I said I'm not really mad if we let him go. I just want the right plan. And I've talked about it before. I just want the right plan, bro, because I don't want to be stuck like we were from 2002 to 2014, because I still have that feeling. Like, I could feel that shit in my heart, bro. I could literally feel that shit in my heart. Like, that's just so depressing. It don't make it fun anymore. It just will make it – it'll just make it hard.
It's crazy. Just think about it. If we had our offense from last year, we'd have still been moving on to the playoffs.
Yeah.
We'd have still been moving on. You know what I mean? So
most definitely.
What's up, bro?
Hey, Daddy.
Was good with it.
All right.
Yeah. Carr definitely got Cook paid. He got Nelson Aguilar paid. Might get Zay Jones paid this year.
Yeah. No, he's going to get paid. He's going to get paid. Like I'm telling you, somebody's going to miss out on the Godwins of the world. They're going to miss out on the Devontaes, which Devontae may be franchised to. We don't know what's going on with him. Allen Robinson, these guys are going to get paid, man. And somebody's going to say, oh, damn, well, there's only Zay left, huh? Let's go give him $10 million or whatever. You know what I mean? He's going to get paid. And I'm not paying Zay the kind of money that Nelson Aguilar got, bro. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen, bro. So I think someone's going to overpay Zay. But, hey, go get a true number one. You ain't got to worry about no Zay Jones.
Yeah, most definitely.
And to be honest with you, I'm comfortable if Brian Edwards is our number 4. Like, if he's our number 4, I'm cool with that. Let me see. Shout out to Mario. Hey, Docs, I understand Raid's argument about DC to me. It's about QB fundamentals. He can't read the field. He stares down wide receivers. It's about these. And Greenberg, we talked about that. We talked about that. We talked about that. We talked about, the fundamentals and things that he needs to improve on. But we also feel like you said, you bring in a Pep Hamilton, you bring in, which is known as a quarterback whisperer. Let's be honest, man. People say that Gruden was a quarterback whisperer. If you go over the quarterbacks that he's had in the span of his career, these guys were terrible, bro. Like, I've never looked at Gruden as a quarterback whisperer. Pep has worked with some of the greatest. You know what I'm saying? The Andrew Lucks of the world, the Justin Herberts of the world. So you bring in somebody like that, and you can definitely help DC take that next step forward. Who would have thought at age 30, man, DC, like, he could still continue to get better.
In today's NFL, 30 isn't that old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
hell no, not at all.
Not only that, I understand what Mario's saying, but you got to think, Mario, how many head coaches have we had since we've had DC?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, think about it. How many I think we're going on 6th head coach in 8 years.
Yeah.
6th head coach, bro. And it's kind of like, bro,
That's
you
crazy.
can't win that way. You just can't win. 6 head coaches in 8 years while having a coach that was on a 10-year contract. Like, that don't even make sense. You've had 6 head coaches in 8 years, and out of those 8 years, you signed a guy for a 10-year contract, bro. And he's not here. So think about that. Like, that just speaks, for me, that speaks volumes. Like, crazy volumes. 6 head coaches, that's
bro. That's tough, bro. Vegas says no, you can't.
No, Daddy, there's nobody out there.
No, you have COVID, son. Go get in the house.
There's nobody out there.
I don't care. You can't do that right now. Look, I'm live right now. Go. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid, Vega. I'm gonna talk to you in a second, son. Give me a minute. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid, but Carr doesn't suck. I mean, I don't understand how you can say Carr sucks. He's still a 3-time Pro Bowler. He still threw for 4,800 yards. Even if people say, like, right, they look at the guys that we say that he kind of mirrors, right? The Kirk Cousins of the world, Matthew Stafford. Even those guys don't suck, bro. I mean, like, I mean, like, Kirk Cousins has been to the playoffs before many times. Matthew Stafford finally won his first playoff game yesterday. You can't say that he sucked, bro. Like, you can't say that. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. All I'm saying is this: he did what I said he wasn't going to do. He took us to the playoffs. So I'm shutting the fuck up. You know what I mean? But I do. The thing is this: I trust Jim Harbaugh. I trust Jim Harbaugh because guess what happened at that time? For those who don't really watch football like that or only watch our Raiders, I remember everyone saying the Niners. The same thing was with us. They can't. You can't upgrade Alex Smith. You can't. You're not going to upgrade that position. So what are you going to do? And guess what happened? He went to Nevada, a small college, Nevada, and got a guy named Colin Kaepernick that nobody really looked at. Went and got him and turned him into a Pro Bowler. I mean, bro, like, he worked wonders with this dude, bro. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to say he sucks, bro. You can't say that. He's above average, at least above average.
Definitely, man. Carr doesn't suck. This is like you said, Kirk Cousins doesn't suck. Dak Prescott doesn't suck.
No.
You know what I mean? But there's definitely other good quarterbacks. Definitely other good quarterbacks. And if you can get one, you get one. Nobody's saying you don't, but you can't just leave yourself hanging. You want to just get rid of, poor choice of words, but you want to get rid of a reliable Carr for something that you don't know is going to work 100%. You want to get your ass to work on time. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I feel you, bro. That's what I'm saying. So at this point, man, if you can upgrade, you know what I mean?
And not only that, like you just said, bro, good point. If we bring in a John Harbaugh and he keeps Carr, it's almost like, bro, we've had coach after coach come in and keep this motherfucker. At what point are we going to be like, bro, we're going to have to trust the coach at some point? You know what I mean?
But at some point, we got to hit him with that. It's not you, it's us, right? Like,
damn near. It was like damn near when I was in school and I used to get mad at all the teachers because they'd be like, it's the teacher's fault. I ain't do nothing wrong. The teacher's the one saying I get in trouble. Finally, when I grew up, I realized, motherfucker, I was bad.
Yeah,
I was bad as hell in school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like I would love to bring in Harbaugh, and that's one reason I want to bring him in is because he would make the answer. It's like you said, Gruden got the quarterback whisperer from what? He ain't never had a quarterback. Motherfucker, you ain't built shit. You ain't built no quarterback. You know what I mean? But you bring in Harbaugh, he will make that decision on Carr, and then we could shut up you know what I mean? We could shut up and let Harbaugh, and if Harbaugh makes that decision, then we're going to be like, oh, snap, okay. You know what I mean? Maybe we was wrong. Carr wasn't the guy, and we bring in Malik Willis or something like that, a guy he would like, or he keeps Carr. You know what I mean? And then he's like, no, I'm going to have Carr do this thing, and Pep going to get him right or something.
The only reason we're in discussions is because we have Carr. I'm telling you now, the only reason that Jim Harbaugh comes over here, he says, okay, we have a guy that we can build on. At least I can bring somebody else under him and you know what I mean, and build it up. Yeah, man. But yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know who the fuck we're signing safeties. We're signing off. Like, bro, who's signing these guys, bro? Mike Mayock is gone. Like who is doing the dirty work right now, bro?
I don't know, because do we even have a president? Like,
bro, I don't know what do we have right now, bro?
I don't even know. I'm just excited. You know what I'm most excited for, though? Is just the offensive coordinator. That's what I'm just most excited for. I know we're talking about the GM. We're talking about the DC. I really wouldn't mind keeping Bradley around. I've said that before. I know his scheme, a lot of people hate it. It's tough, but I'm more excited about the OC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm more excited to see who we bring as offensive coordinator, who's going to drop these plays, who's going to do something creative to where it's fun to watch our offense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hell yeah, bro. And like you said, I know a lot of us, even me, I'm like, this Gus Bradley defense, but it was year one. You know what I mean? Like he didn't get a chance to really go full-fledged, have a few drafts, really real free agencies in order to get the defense he wanted. He worked on a whim, bro. Like he put this defense together like so quick and so fast, like turned Denzel Perryman into an all-pro. Like had Casey Hayward playing all-pro football up into the middle of the season. Like Nate Hobbs and Trayvon, and Mayock, like they both are all rookies. Like, Diablo. Diablo. Like he came out and balled out. Yeah. So at the end of the day, man, we may have to say, you know what, give him another year or two and he might be able to get it. The cover three to me, bro, the cover three has to learn how to adjust, and he just doesn't do it. Yeah. That's the problem I have with him. He just makes no adjustments. He's just so stingy and stuck on what he does. That's the only reason I'm mad about, what Gus does on the defensive side.
It's kind of like that old man syndrome. You know what I mean? Stubborn as hell.
Gruden, bro.
Ways, you won't change it.
Gruden.
And that's definitely why Bradley gets the knock on him. But man, you cannot deny he could bring in some talent and some boys that could fly around on the field, man. So
yeah,
if we got rid of him, I wouldn't be too mad because we did pick up some gems, like we said, Hobbs, Coons, Diablo, Mayock. So I wouldn't be too upset.
I still want to see. I want to see what Tyree Gillespie can do still too, man. You know what I mean? So we got some guys. I think we got some foundational sound pieces, man. That's going to be a huge part of what we got going on because of Gus Bradley and Mayock. Did some homework on those late round gems as well. Shout out to Willie. I appreciate you. You're right, my brother. Shout out to Nicholas as well. Consistency. He has always had to learn a new system. And true number one is all Carr needs. And the cool thing with Harbaugh coming in is the offense doesn't really change too much, right? Like it's not like a major culture shock where you're like, oh my God, I got to learn an entirely new system. Like it really ain't that. It's not that big of a difference. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, okay, well, Carr may. I don't know, man. I think Harbaugh will work wonders with him. That's just. Yeah, man. We're over 2 hours, my brother. I appreciate you for pulling up on me, man. I'm gonna go kick it with the family for me. First day finally up, and now my wife is in bed, bro. Done. She's COVIDed out now too. This shit fucking sucks. It's just nonstop. But I'm
telling you, bro, my kids. That's why my kids right here because they ain't feeling good. So it's just a constant rotation, man. So
yeah, my son's got it right now too, and then my grandma, she's out here in town and she's hiding in the room because she's older.
Yeah,
so it sucks, man. It sucks. But I appreciate you, my brother.
Bro.
What do you think about putting the NorCal Coalition show together this week on your channel?
Oh, I'm down. I'm down for whatever, bro. We definitely probably gonna have to get something like that in the works this offseason so we could get that multiple ideas, multiple perspectives from everybody, man. So that would definitely be fun. Something we gotta do.
Let's talk about it in the chat. I would love to do that this week over on the Rated Tape channel. If you guys get a chance, man, make sure you go subscribe to our brother Rated Tape. These are the off seasons. We always bounce around, so we're all over the place. We bounce from each other's channel to each other's channel. So, bro, put that together. I want to rock, bro, for real. I was Andy. We'll get Wi-Fi. We'll do it up sometime this week. Let's talk to them and let's put it together on Rated Tape's channel. On the way out, Raidernation, how are we going to blame one player for 20 plus years of dysfunctional organization? There is no consistency. Yeah, facts, my brother. Facts plus tax on that one. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Shout out to Cardo. Shout out to Jose. These boys came through and said, we about to go crazy on Doc's show today, man. I appreciate you guys. I couldn't do any of this shit without you guys. Shout out to the chat. On the way out, wipe them feet. Subscribe to both channels. And I appreciate you, Ray. Are you doing anything soon? Are you going to do anything tonight? Or
I don't know, man. Maybe. I don't know, man. I don't know right now, man. Off season. This is my first off season, bro. Kind of. I started in the off season, but it's my first off season. So I'm gonna see how I gotta get this thing rolling. See what I got to get set up, man. But I appreciate you bringing me on. It's always fun, bro. You sharing the link, always showing the love, man. And a great talk, having a great talk with you. Two different perspectives, going back and forth, man. So I always appreciate that, bro.
My brother, let's get in the chat and let's talk about getting that show together.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, bro. I appreciate you, man. Shout out Raidernation, man. Y'all came through. Y'all came through in the chat, man. Appreciate everybody, yo. Catch y'all later, man.
My brother, man. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Y'all don't even know, man. Y'all don't even know how much y'all mean to me, man. So, hey, real quick. I don't know. I just seen Hammer in the mix, bro. I don't know what you got going on here. You might be doing something here soon. I don't know. I've been out of the way these past couple days. The last time I see my brother Hammer, he was hammered. That shit was Comedy Central, bro. Real shit. But hey, Hammer, I'm gonna do a coffee and convo tomorrow, bro. So if you want to link, let's link up. You already know. Shout out to you guys, man. I appreciate you guys. Love y'all, man. I'm out of here.